a new season here tonight. Some of our area schools wrestling on Tuesday night to open their season, but for the rest of them, they open up tonight. And for the West Delaware Hawks, they come in and they will host the 8th-ranked team in Class 3A in Waverly Shell Rock. As the Hawks last season, 6-18 in dual meets. Waverly Shell Rock was 26-5 last season. They have 8 ranked wrestlers coming into tonight's duel. But no matter what you have it here, Roger, it's a new season of wrestling. It doesn't seem like it's been that long ago since we were signing off one final time from the Wells Fargo Arena. But it is wrestling time, and for you and me both, it's kind of our favorite time of year.
Well, that's exactly right, Jamie. And you got to be kind of tired of seeing Waverly Shell Rock. You ended the football season calling that game with West Delaware taking it on the chin just a little bit from the Go Hawks, and the wrestling team right now will take on the Go Hawks. And tell you what, the Waverly Shell Rock team is very, very balanced. They have 8 ranked wrestlers here. This will be a solid test for the young and inexperienced West Delaware Hawks. But you know what? I know Coach Voss. He's been coaching here a long time, and he likes to test. And I think he's going to use this meet as a measuring stick to see where his kids are at and check their conditioning, and then see how much work they have yet to do. And it's always good to open up with somebody tough. You like to be challenged early, and the Hawks will get a fierce challenge here tonight from the Go Hawks.
Well, in talking with the coaches before the dual meet here tonight, I've been very happy with the way these young kids have wrestled in the room so far this season. Not a lot of experience coming. I shouldn't say the Hawks are very young grade-wise, but as far as experience, they've got a lot of kids who got some varsity action last year as freshmen, sophomores, and some juniors. As you look at some of the kids you've got coming back, I look at Ryan Phillips as a sophomore, wrestled varsity last year. The Roush, the 2 Roush boys, Jordan and Brad, at 126 and 132. Hopefully we see a healthy Cole Engel all season long. He's battled some injuries and sicknesses the last couple years. Mitchell Mangold is the Hawks. He's a sophomore at 145. He's the Hawks' leading returner, as he had a great record last season in his freshman year. Tristan Volker has seen varsity time. You got Sam Johnson. He wrestled 220 last year and was undersized as a 220-pounder, but he's wrestling 170 this year. Harrison Goebel is healthy, and he's ready to go, as is Brady Antones. Antone's a senior. Then, of course, the heavyweight Caleb Zeeser, but some new guys in that lineup. You look at 106, Luke Farmer, and 113, Zach Fisher, and then you bump up to Jack Newhouse, a freshman, at 160. But it's going to be one of those years where it'll be fun to see the improvement of these kids.
Well, yeah, and we'll follow them through the course of this year, and we'll be able to check that. We'll be able to gauge that, and as the season progresses, we'll be able to see how the young kids mesh with the old kids. Like you said, Jamie, we've got some experience in the room. We've got some kids with a lot of varsity action, even though they are young, and we'll see how they bring the true freshmen along with them. And if they can do that, and last year I think we talked about this being a work in progress. The end result is not to be at your best right now. It's to be at your best in January, that last Saturday in January for the WAMAC, and then the next 2 Saturdays as the sectional and district takes place. That's when you want to be at your best, and hopefully the experienced guys in the room will bring those young kids along, and they'll be able to mesh. And when we get to that part of the season, the West Delaware Hawks will be a team that will be ready to reckon with.
As some other duels of interest tonight in our listening area, 4th ranked in Class 3 at Western Dubuque. They are at South Tama tonight. South Tama ranked number 8 in Class 2A, as Bent Community is there as well. A very much improved Bent Community team. They have some ranked wrestlers. That'll be a great duel. 3 really great duels tonight down at South Tama. Cascade and Comanche are in Bellevue tonight. Monticello is hosting North Cedar. East Buchanan, Maquoketa Valley, and Midland are at Central City. And what a dual meet tonight in Lisbon, as you've got 8th ranked in Class 1A North Lynn, top ranked in Class 1A Alburnett, and 2nd ranked in Class 1A in Lisbon, all facing off tonight in Lisbon. What a dual meet that'll be. Edco is at Oldwine tonight, and then Starmont is out of state tonight, as they're in Soldiers Grove, Wisconsin, to take on North Crawford. Are they wrestling any of those other schools? Are they wrestling MFL, or are they not wrestling?
Yeah, I think it's a quad up there. I think they're going to take turns wrestling each other, and Coach Munger had some friends up there, and he decided that'd be a great place to go for the first duel, take a road trip, and challenge the guys with some Wisconsin wrestling, and and see how they've progressed so far. So that'll be an interesting duel. Hey, there's a lot of tough duels to start the season, so we're going to find out a lot about a lot of teams after tonight's over.
Of course, our wrestling coverage continues this weekend after tonight, as we will be here back in the Seedorf Gymnasium Saturday morning at around 11 o'clock with the Bob Murphy Invitational. We'll talk a little bit more about that throughout our broadcast, and we'll talk about that with Coach Voss after our dual meet here tonight. But should be a good one here tonight. We're going to start at weight class 160, and we'll just go down the projected lineups here tonight. As at 160, we'll see freshman Jack Newhouse for the Hawks. He will be taking on third-ranked from Waverly Shell Rock, Zach Wagenhofer. Wagenhofer, a senior. At 170, it'll be Sam Johnson, the senior from West Delaware. He will be taking on seventh-ranked in Class 3A, Trevor Byram. At 182 for West Delaware, eighth-ranked Harrison Goebel will take on Braden Wolf, a freshman for the Go Hawks. At 195, Brady Antones, a senior for West Delaware, will take on Sam Stover, a sophomore from Waverly Shell Rock. At 220, the Hawks show an open weight there. For Waverly Shell Rock, it's Jacob Eggleston. He's eighth-ranked in Class 3A. At heavyweight, it'll be Caleb Zeeser, the senior from West Delaware, taking on a sophomore Andrew Snyder from Waverly Shell Rock. At 106, it's Luke Farmer, a freshman for West Delaware, taking on Evan Yance, eighth-ranked in Class 3A as a freshman. At 113, it'll be Zach Fisher, the freshman for the Hawks, taking on Demore Hughes, a junior from Waverly Shell Rock. At 120 pounds, sophomore Ryan Phillips for the Hawks will take on Dylan Albrecht. Dylan Albrecht, who's ranked number 10, he's a sophomore for Waverly Shell Rock. 126, Jordan Roush, the senior, will take on they're going to move someone around there, it will be Bryson Hervel, the sophomore from Waverly Shell Rock. At 132 for West Delaware, it'll be Brad Roush. For the Hawks, he'll be taking on 10th-ranked sophomore from Waverly Shell Rock, Ian Heisey. At 138, Cole Engel, the junior for the Hawks. Not sure who his opponent will be, as it was Jacob Herman, the sophomore from Waverly Shell Rock, who did not make weight tonight, so he will not be in the lineup at 138. At 145, our key matchup of the night, it'll be Mitchell Mangold, the sophomore from West Delaware, taking on 10th-ranked in Class 3A junior Dalton Woodyard from Waverly Shell Rock. And to wrap up tonight, it'll be Tristan Volker at 152 for West Delaware. He's a junior. He will be taking on Austin Yant, ranked number 2 in the state in Class 3A for the Go Hawks. We're just about ready for wrestling here, and we will be back in just a little bit. You're listening to West Delaware Wrestling from KMCH Sports.
Bob Stephen Motors in Manchester proudly supports all area athletes. Bob Stephen Motors is your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester. Visit them on the web at bobstephenmotors.com.
Since 1995, Edgewood Feed Mill Construction has provided customers with a quality, pre-engineered building package for their swine facility needs. Edgewood Feed Mill Construction is a general contractor and will assist you with the construction of your livestock facility, start to finish. For more information on Edgewood Feed Mill Construction, contact Steve Harris at 563-920-7835.
This is Fred Smock from Dunlap Motors and Independence with Chevy, Buick, and certified pre-owned Chevy, Buick, and GMC, and nearly 300 new and used cars and trucks in stock. We have big town inventory with small town service. Go to DunlapMotorsIndy.com.
At Precision Collision, we are committed to providing you with high-quality auto body repair and paint refinishing. Our expertly trained technicians can repair all accidental damage and get you back on the road in no time. Come visit me, Jeff, for a free estimate. We are located along Highway 20 at the Delaware Turnoff. Precision Collision, one call does it all, quality guaranteed.
When it comes to financial planning, most financial companies focus on your income. At Northwestern Mutual, we focus on your outcome. It takes the right financial partner who cares as much about your future as you do, building a financial plan to meet your life's priorities and helping you achieve the financial security you're after. Focus on your financial outcome with Northwestern Mutual. Contact me, Mitch Payton, or Matt Schulte today. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together.
American Trust and Savings Bank wishes all area athletes and coaching staff continued success. American Trust and Savings Bank, with locations in Dyersville, Farley, Dubuque, and Des Moines. Simply better banking. Check them out at americantrust.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Sight and good vision is very easy to take for granted until it is taken away. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is here to help you. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa is located at 105 East Butler Street in Manchester and at 1113 West 3rd Street in Vinton. Your vision is our primary focus.
Delhi Lumber has products for every home and every budget. Delhi Lumber carries Midland doors, which are one of the best values around. You can see Midland doors today or call Delhi Lumber at 563-922-2404 for more information. Your Midland overhead door dealer, Delhi Lumber. Big town quality with small town service.
At Community Savings Bank, it's simple. Simply free checking comes with free debit cards, free online banking with bill pay, free mobile money, and free thank you gifts. Find out more about Simply Free Checking at one of our 7 locations or online at csbiowa.com. Community Savings Bank. Member FDIC.
Jay's Auto Supercenter on the Greater East End of Manchester has quality pre-owned vehicles, great financing options, and a full-service department, body shop, and detail department. See their full line of vehicles online at jsautosales.net. At Jay's Auto, customer satisfaction is their #1 priority.
Hi, this is Jamie Vasky at Don & Walt LLC, your independent Lennox dealer in Manchester, encouraging you to plan ahead. Have us check your heating or air conditioning unit before you need it. For residential or commercial plumbing and heating needs and top quality Lennox furnaces and heating units, see Don & Walt LLC on East Main Street in Manchester, or give us a call at 927-2232.
Farmers Savings Bank proudly supports all area athletes and their coaching staff. For all your banking needs, visit them in Colesburg, Elkport Garber, Strawberry Point, Arlington, and Aurora, or online at farmersavingsbank.com. Member FDIC.
Viafield is your headquarters for all your seed, chemical, and fertilizer needs. They have professional service and quality products needed to bring the best crop to market. Viafield, providing growth opportunity for 18 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and the Dyersville Commercial recognize the hard work and dedication of all area athletes. Check out the weekly sports section in the commercial for scores and information. The Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities.
For fan food, not fast food, visit your after-the-game headquarters, Manchester Dairy Queen. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen.
Your family. It's no secret that people come to Fairway in Manchester for their famous meats, but as you dash back to the counter to pick up your USDA choice ribeyes, don't be surprised if you find yourself lingering among the delicious fruits and vegetables in the produce department. Shop Fairway in Manchester for low prices and all your grocery needs.
Head to Fireside Pub and Steakhouse before or after the game or anytime, featuring steaks, seafood, pasta, sandwiches, and even fresh-made pizza. They say it's the best around. Visit them on the web at firesidemanchester.com for a full menu and special offers.
Just like a great coach, State Farm agents like me, Julie Smith, can help you develop a game plan for your insurance needs. Whether it's car, home, life, health, or business insurance, I can dig into the playbook and help you find the affordable coverage you need. For all your insurance needs, call in a winning team. The Julie Smith State Farm Agency in Manchester.
Hi, this is Chris Henry, Service Manager at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader. Our goal is to make your car buying experience the best possible, and our factory-certified technicians are dedicated to you and your vehicles. Stop in and see us at Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader, or visit us online at forbrowns.com. Your hometown dealer, wherever your hometown may be. Best of luck to all area athletes and coaches.
Back into the Seedorf Gymnasium, Jamie Vasky, Roger Reed, along with in-studio producer Paul Glaza tonight, as we are getting ready for wrestling action. We do have some quick scores to pass along as the Hawks are getting set to come out of the tunnel here to start this thing off, as we are getting ready for action. As some scores tonight, Edco in their first duel lost to Postville 48-30. And the dual meet in in Lisbon tonight, Northland defeats top-ranked Alburnett 51-29 to start the night off there. So the Lynx pulling what, according to the rankings, an upset there over Alburnett, as the Northland wins that first duel 51-29. As the Hawks have entered, and we are about ready to go high school wrestling action here tonight. And again, a great duel here to start the season for the Hawks.
Yeah, Jamie, we want to back up to that Northland Alburnett duel. And, you know, this being the first meet of the year, a lot of guys are wrestling, and here too probably, a lot of guys are wrestling maybe up a weight with this new, well, it's not new, 4 or 5 years ago, they started this weight descent plan in which you have to weigh in before the season starts. And then your weight is entered into a computerized program in which it gives you the amount of weight that you can lose per week, and then gives you your final target weight. Some kids won't get to their final target weight till maybe the middle of December or the first part of January. So the lineups that we're seeing here tonight might be and may not be the lineups that we see at the end of the season. So, you look at some of these early dual scores, and yeah, Northland's tough. They're going to open some ice tonight. They do have some quality wrestlers, and they proved it tonight with that win over Alburnett. But Alburnett did have some open weights in which we thought they would have some wrestlers there. No wrestlers. So, we'll see how good they are. Northland will be tested when they take on Lisbon in this next duel. So we'll check that score out for you when we get it.
And not to mention, Roger, you get some of these schools that have that maybe went farther than others in the football playoffs, and those kids not cutting weight until after their football season was over, and now all of a sudden you've got to get ready, try to switch and make that transition right away to wrestling season, and it's a big change as they get ready. As another score, East Buchanan defeating Central City tonight, 54-6 in their first duel, and then the dual meet up in Wisconsin, the MFL defeats Starmont tonight, 73-6, the final score there. So Starmont falls in their first duel to MFL Marmac, as the other schools up there are DeSoto, Wisconsin, and North Crawford, Seneca, Wisconsin. Of course, Starmont, and then an MFL Marmac up there as well. So we will keep an eye on those duels up there tonight as well. Taking a look at some other schools, as we mentioned, Bellevue. Cascade is wrestling Bellevue and Comanche, and their first duel, Cascade fell to Comanche, 42-31. So Comanche defeats Cascade 42-31 in their first dual meet. Again, if you're wondering why those duels are ahead of these duels, they started those duels earlier due to the fact that there were more schools there. Anamosa wrestling tonight as well. Their first duel, they took on CPU, Center Point Urbana, and CPU defeated Anamosa in their first duel, 51-25. So the Blue Raiders wrestling tonight as well, losing 51-25 against Center Point Urbana. They will also take on Clear Creek and Amana in that dual meet, and also Highland Riverside in that dual quad as well. So we'll keep an eye on the Anamosa Blue Raiders tonight as well. As Monticello wrestling tonight against North Cedar. They hosted North Cedar, and in that duel, make sure I'm looking at the varsity duel here. Yes, we are, as Monticello defeats North Cedar tonight 48-36. So 48-36, Monticello starts their season off with a win. So the Panthers are 1-0 on this young season. As Independence also wrestling tonight, as they are with Charles City, that was Tuesday night was Independence started, as Independence in that duel Tuesday night taking on Waterloo, Columbus, and New Hampton. And Independence fell to New Hampton 65-9 and lost to Charles City 40-31, but they defeated Waterloo, Columbus 69-10. So Independence 1-2 on the young season. That was Tuesday night's duel for the Mustangs. We're doing our introductions now. We're a minute and a half from getting this thing underway. We'll take one more quick break and be back for high school wrestling. Right after this, you're listening to West Delaware Wrestling on KMCH Sports.
At Three Rivers, our customers come first. Your business is very important to us. Our goal is to provide you with the best products and service that you have come to expect from Three Rivers. Visit our website at threeriversfs.com or the location nearest you. Three Rivers, your partner in growth solutions.
Citizen State Bank, your locally owned, community-minded, and customer-oriented bank, is here to serve you. Choose one of their 7 convenient locations in Winthrop, Monticello, Manchester, Ryan, Strawberry Point, Hopkinton, and Nubiana. Citizen State Bank, community banking with people you know, member FDIC.
This is Jamie Vaskey, the voice of the West Delaware Hawks, and I've had the chance to review the Good Neighbor Society's playbook, and I got to tell you, they are friends in your neighborhood, designing plays to get you home fast. If you need help getting back in the game, contact the Good Neighbor Society Rehab to Home team at 563-927-3907.
The Edgewood Reminder is proud to support all the area teams in athletic action and appreciates their efforts in the classroom and during sports. Check out all the sports photos in each week's issue of the Edgewood Reminder.
The victory is yours at Victory Ford.
Hey, this is James Halverson, Service Manager at Victory Ford in Dyersville. Our service and parts team at Victory Ford is dedicated to keeping your car in tip-top shape. And our sales department makes buying a car easy and hassle-free. Stop out to Victory Ford in Dyersville or online at victoryfordonline.com. Good luck, athletes and coaches.
Fights off his back. He's going to give up 3. And then Weigenhofer slips a half in on the left side, inside wrist on the right. And once again, Newhouse limp arms out of it, and off the edge of the mat they go. We'll see if Weigenhofer lets him up. Good physical, Jamie Weigenhofer. And so far, the young freshman from West Delaware has weathered the storm. 55.8 seconds left to go in this first period. Weigenhofer sporting some bright blue KT tape on that right deltoid, and sporting a, I can't picture it, but brand new tattoo on that right shoulder blade. So see what happens as we get a restart. As they went off the mat, there's a crossbody ride by Weigenhofer. Slaps a half Nelson there on the right side of Newhouse this time. Kicks the half Nelson out, and now he's got a crossbody right in on the left. Hard cross face from left to right. Tries to throw Newhouse on his back, and the freshman's doing a great job keeping his chest down to the mat. And he's showing some great flexibility right now as Weigenhofer puts a half Nelson, and he's got his right arm cranked way over the back of his neck, kicks the cross body right out, and now going to get potentially dangerous. I'm telling you what.
That's Harrison Goebel-esque there with
is.
them shoulders. But Weigenhofer, you know, he was a fourth-place finisher at state at 152 pounds last year in Class 3A. Finished his junior campaign 49-14. So a very good wrestler here for Waverly Shellrock and Zach Weigenhofer.
You're exactly right. We're seeing why, as he is very, very good on his feet and very, very good on top. And 15 seconds left to go in the first period. And there's the restart. Quickly a leg comes in, crossbody right on the right. He tries to turk that leg over, tries to rotate that right hip of Newhouse. Newhouse once again does a great job keeping himself square. And that's going to do it for the first period. Weigenhofer up 7-1. And it's going to be his choice. It looks like Jamie, the Go Hawks, have the odd matches tonight. So Weigenhofer's choice, and he's going to go neutral. And a Newhouse wearing the green leg bands, of course, because the West Delaware Hawks are home. And starting with the staggered stance, leading with that right leg. Weigenhofer picked that left heel to start the match. The short arm drag by Weigenhofer. Now it's underhook, overhook by Weigenhofer. He's going to bear hug Newhouse, take him off the edge of the mat, but he's going to keep his legs in. He's going to pick up a 2-point takedown. And Weigenhofer quickly shows the optional start to our official. So Newhouse will start down, 142. left to go second period. Wagenhofer will start, show that triangle, place it right in the middle of the shoulder blades on Newhouse. Quickly snaps Newhouse down. Now out in front is Wagenhofer with the front headlock. Newhouse doing a great job controlling the right elbow of Wagenhofer as they go off the edge of the mat. And Jamie, so far I'm impressed with this freshman as he's staying in good position and really not giving anything to Wagenhofer. Wagenhofer's taking it, but doing a great job. There's a nice double leg takedown, not points yet. That's a snap and go by Wagenhofer. Newhouse over the top. There's a nice lift by Wagenhofer as he safely returns Newhouse to the mat, picks up 2. Quickly the cross body right comes in on the right side. 11-2 is our score with 1:12 left to go in the second period.
Very good on his feet as Wagenhofer so far in this match. Our official tonight is Eric Eckerman. He said he was up. It's new season for these guys as well. He said he was up in Charles City for that Independence, Charles City, New Hampton, and Waterloo Columbus duel the other night. He said a great start to the season. Didn't have not a lot of stalling calls. He said the kids really got after it, which was usually early on you see kids kind of a few stalling calls, but he said a great start to the season. And so far, a lot of action in this match.
A lot of action. Wagenhofer's got a banana split. He's got Newhouse in a banana split. Cross body ride on the right and scoop that left leg of Newhouse. He's going to pick up 3, making the score 14-2. Sippy tries to set that up one more time. Still has the cross body ride in on the right side. He scoops that left knee one more time. Newhouse kicks that left foot free, that left leg free. Now Wagenhofer underhooks the left arm of Newhouse. Now he's going to try to tilt him and end this match. Another 3-point tilt. Near fall will end this match. But I'm telling you what, Newhouse is going to go to the third period with Wagenhofer. That's going to be his choice. Let's decide where he goes. And he's going to go neutral.
Of course, head coach for Waverly Shellrock is Eric Whitcomb. His assistant coaches are Mike Schwab, Brett Whelan, Nick Keith, Josh Meyer, Alino Gemesi, Brett Behrens, Cody Pierce, and Nick Sand. That's a 2-point takedown for Wagenhofer here.
Yeah, that was another one of those snaps. He snapped the head of Newhouse down, and when Newhouse reacted up, he jumped right in, dove right in on that double, and set Newhouse to his backside. It picked up 2 at 16-2 right now. There's a 3-quarter Nelson attempt by Wagenhofer. He steps over the right leg of Newhouse, and Newhouse quickly bellies down. Now we're going to get warning against Newhouse, Jamie. We just got a warning against Newhouse. He's trying everything he can to keep from getting turned over. He's not stalling. He's moving. I'll tell you, Wagenhofer is just physical on top. He's riding that cross-body rider on the right, hard cross face from right to left. He's going to try to expose the shoulder blades of Newhouse. And it's 16-2 right now. I'm surprised that Wagenhofer hasn't cut him loose. And I think that's what Coach Whitcomb is talking about right now. Again, slips over to the left side with a cross-body right. Puts a half Nelson, and Newhouse once again showing a lot of flexibility with those shoulder joints. 50 seconds, Whitcomb says cut him loose. There's a 1-point escape for Newhouse, 16-3. There's a takedown, and that's going to do it right there. Takedown with 42 seconds left to go, and it's going to be a tech fall by Zach Wagenhofer from Waverly Shellrock, 18-3. So, Jamie, I'm impressed with the fight of the young freshman, Jack Newhouse from West Delaware.
Absolutely, and you're going up against a really tough ranked opponent in third-ranked Wagenhofer. That's a tough, like you said earlier, that's a tough way to start a season, your career, I guess, as a Hawk, and against a good opponent like Wagenhofer. But we mentioned the Waverly Shellrock coaching staff for West Delaware. For 23rd year head coach Jeff Boss, his career record at West Delaware is 342, 86, and 1. As his assistant coaches are Chris Lenz, Scott Litter, Pat Phillips, Mitch Payton, and Kurt Hatfield. As at 170 pounds, we've got Sam Johnson going for West Delaware. He's a senior. He's taking on Trevor Byram from Waverly Shellrock. He's a senior as well. He's ranked number 7 in Class 3A.
Well, you're wondering why, Jamie, we saw Sam Johnson at 220 last year. Again, he was undersized at that weight. But you check that, you check that descent plan, you check that body fat. That's what that initial weigh-in gauges. is the amount of body fat that you have and how much that body fat that you can cut down. And Sam Johnson looking very, very good at 170. And I'll tell you what, this must feel a lot better to him, Jamie, where you're not giving up 20 to 25 pounds at that weight. You're actually wrestling somebody your same size.
Yeah, I know he weighed in as a 195 pounder most of the year last year and was wrestling 220, but able to get a spot in the varsity lineup here at 170 pounds this year. And I tell you what, he looks good at 100. Like you said, it looks really good at 170 pounds.
Well, there's a shot by Johnson. He backed out. As soon as he backed out, Byron slaps the cow catcher on him. And he's gonna slap Johnson to his back, and there's the fall. Oh, that went from good to bad in a hurry. Sam Johnson in on a shot. As he backed out, Byron snapped his head down and then underhooked that left side, and Johnson tried to fight out of that cow catcher. But I'm telling you what, Jamie, Byron had that in tight. And that's a hold that you can't get out of if it's that tight.
Oh, it certainly is. And you know, it's one of those things where, you know, Sam Johnson, he didn't go out for wrestling his sophomore year and then came out his junior year, and we saw a lot of improvement out of him throughout the season last year. But, you know, that was one of those cases. Once that was locked up, he tried coming behind, and it just kind of loaded it up a little tighter for Trevor Byram.
Well, we'll see
Gavin Wiedemeyer come out here for Waverly Shell Rock, and I believe this is going to be Jordan Brees for the Hawks.
Jordan Brees. To Gavin Wiedemeyer. And this is going to be Jordan Brees. So the Hawks must be going to move some people around. And there's a nice two-point takedown by Jordan Brees. A short arm drag to a single. And he took Wiedemeyer right down. Now sit out side roll attempt by Wiedemeyer, and he's going to pick up a one-point escape. Came with that sit-up and tried to hit Brees with that short side roll, and Brees quickly cut him loose. Well, there's no escape there, Jamie. Off the edge of the mat, no escape. So nice job by Brees to maintain control.
And Wiedemeyer went right back to that sit, and a nice job by Brees to stop it before he had a chance. You know, that's kind of the rule in wrestling, is stop the guy's first move, and Brees did a good job of that there and trying to go to a tilt series.
They got a 1,001 count out of that tilt. Very nice cross face by Brees. Cross face from right to left, cross face to far arm. And then he tried to hit him with a short tilt off of that. Got a 1,001 count, no back points. So he will go back to work. Now a half Nelson. Chicken wing on the left side. Chicken wing by Brees on the left side. He might have Wiedemeyer going to his back. He's going to load that chicken wing up. So he's got to take a big step, Jamie, at 45-degree angle. He's got Wiedemeyer going to his back, picking up back points. Could be a fall right here for Jordan Brees. He's got to readjust, Jamie. Oh, Wiedemeyer rolls out of it. Brees did not adjust and get to a T and get his chest up on top. That let Wiedemeyer roll through and roll out of it.
Absolutely, and he was close, and I think the Hawk fans wanted it here on this near side. They wanted the fall, but like you said, he didn't adjust and didn't come chest to chest to get the fall. But a nice job, nice ride here so far by Jordan Brees. You know, got the takedown early, has fought off a couple roll attempts and side roll attempts and sit-outs here by Wiedemeyer, but he's just done a great job here in this first period, keeping him flat as there's 8 seconds left to go here in period number one. The Hawks trail this dual meet 11-0 after a tech fall at 160 pounds by Zach Wagenhofer over Jack Newhouse, 18-3, and then a 1-minute, 21-second fall for Trevor Byram from Waverly Shell Rock over Sam Johnson from West Delaware. And it's going to be West Delaware's choice here, and Brees will choose neutral to start the second period.
Yeah, Wiedemeyer, Waverly Shell Rock with the odd matches. And Wiedemeyer is going to defer over to Brees, and Brees took neutral. There's a long single shot by Wiedemeyer.
Get behind the arms.
Wiedemeyer grabs onto the, latches onto the right leg of Brees. Brees is going to stuff the head of Wiedemeyer. And Wiedemeyer is going to try to cut across to a double, and he's going to set Brees to his backside and pick up a 2-point takedown. And it's 5-2. Here comes a cross body ride by Wiedemeyer. And Brees is going to try to kick that leg free. Hard cross face by Wiedemeyer. He might have Brees going to his back. And Jordan Breeze quickly bellies down. Now he's got to kick that leg free. Half Nelson. Now Wiedemeyer very high with the leg in. He's got a power half Nelson. There's a cross face. Picking up back points is Gavin Wiedemeyer. He gets high with the leg. Breeze kicks the leg free. He's going to turn that into a 2-point near fall. Now a cross face cradle attempt by Breeze. This is a wild match, ladies and gentlemen. 7-4 is your score with 48 seconds left to go in the second period. Now a chicken wing on the left side is Jordan Breeze. Let's see if he can run it this time, Jamie. He's got a chicken wing on. He's got an inside wrist. Now he's going to try to rotate himself around. Does a little bit better job with it this time. He's got to get his chest up on top. He's got Wiedemeyer to his back. He's getting back points. Now he's got to get his chest up on top, Jamie. He's got 23 seconds. West Delaware fans here to our left, looking for that slap. There it is. There's the fall by Jordan Breeze. Using that chicken wing. Inside wrist. And that's a great job, Jamie. Gets the Hawks on the board with a fall and closes this up 11-6 now.
Yeah, great job there by Jordan Breeze. And somebody want to tell these boys this is only opening night, that, you know, they don't have to get the fans going that early, but a great job by Jordan Breeze getting the Hawks on the board. A fall there makes it 11-6 in favor of Waverly Shell Rock, and a good win there by Jordan Breeze.
So we're going to see Braden Wolf. So both 82-pounders, Jamie, moved up. Harrison Goebel for West Delaware, ranked number 8, and Braden Wolf unranked for Waverly Shell Rock. So we got both 182-pounders moved up to 195 as West Delaware trying to get some matchups here, wrestling where they are strong and where Waverly Shell Rock is just a little bit weaker. So trying to take advantage. And again, that's what dual meets are all about, taking advantage of the matchups, trying to get the best matchups you can get.
Absolutely. And, you know, that's an opportunity here where, you know, they probably, Waverly Shell Rock's better 182-pounder was probably Braden Wolf, but the Hawks moving Harrison Goebel up and think, you know, knew they had a good chance to get a win out of Jordan Breeze, and it panned out for him. And now a takedown here for Harrison Goebel at 195.
And that was an excellent throw by Goebel. Went to that collar tie on the right, hit Wolf with a throw by, and then just basically tackled him down. That was very, very nice job there by Harrison Goebel. Tight waist with the left, hard chop. He latches onto the right arm of Wolf. Now he's going to try to set Wolf up. He's going to try to set that ball and chain up. He's got the left arm of Wolf threaded through. And now he's going to try to set up maybe a chicken wing or a half Nelson, and Wolf quickly pulls that right arm free. Goebel's got a cross-face cradle on, and he's got Wolf on his back, picking up some back points as Wolf is kicking back and forth. Goebel's going to cinch this thing up with 45 seconds left to go. He's got that cross-face cradle tight, and I'm telling you what,
might be too tight.
That is a bear to get out of. Goebel's got that bottom knee in. Picture-perfect form by the junior from West Delaware, ranked number 8. I'll tell you what, that's tight right there. Referee's down, looking close. The mat lamps are on here at West Delaware tonight, so we got some shadows. There's the fall. There's the fall by Harrison Goebel. I tell you what, you want to win a big duel tonight, Jamie, you got to outpin your opponent here. Stay off your back, like we saw Newhouse do. He gave up 5, but not 6. And we got a couple of falls there by Goebel and Breeze. That puts the Hawks up 12-11 over the Waverly Shell Rock Go-Hawks. Tough match here now. We are at weight class 220 with number 8 ranked Jacob Engelson. He's a senior, taking on Brady Antones. He's a senior also. And there's a snap and spin by Engelson, and he's going to quickly pick up 2-point takedown. Antones came with a quick stand-up. There's a back trip by Engelson. And now a cross-body ride by Engelson. You don't hardly ever see that out of a 220-pounder, but he's got it in deep right now. Cross-body ride at power half Nelson. He's got Antones on his back. He's going to pick up 2 on the near fall, though. He got 3 on the near fall. I'll tell you what, he's still working that power half Nelson on the left side, and he's got it in deep, and he's cranking Antones. Anton's now to his feet, might pick up a reverse. Anton's with the reverse. He's got Engelson on his back. And Engelson with the high bridges out. Boy, I tell you what, Jamie,
I think
he missed the fall. Our official was slightly out of position. Anton's had Engelson flat on his back, buried, and the official was on the far side. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, that would have been just exactly what the doctor ordered. There's a 1-point escape now for Engelson. It's now 6-4.
Oh, he was
flat, Jamie. As we like to say, flatter than that
buttermilk pancake.
Exactly, at the Kiwanis pancake breakfast. There's a 2-point takedown. I think we got blood there from somebody. Let's check and see. Our official stopped that. There's a 2-point takedown by Eggleston, and that was a defensive takedown. It was a long shot on Anton's. Again, Anton's a little undersized, also at 220. Eggleston, very, very physical. Don't know if he played football, Jamie. You might know that, but he sure looks like he could have. 25 seconds left to go. First period, a lot of action. I tell you what, both you got very knowledgeable wrestling fan base here. Got very knowledgeable wrestling fan base right here.
Two of them.
Eggleston right now has, there's the fall. An inside wrist by Eggleston. He wrapped that right around the back of Antone's. I'll tell you what, threw Antone's right to his back with that bar arm. And that's going to give the Go Hawks 6, making the score now 17-12 in favor of the Go Hawks as we go up to weight class 285. In the senior for West Delaware, Caleb Zeeser taking on the sophomore, Andrew Snyder. Jamie, this is, 2 years ago, Caleb Zeeser had a great year as a sophomore, wrestling at 285. Last year, he was right around that 500 mark. We're just waiting for a breakout season. We know Caleb Zeeser's got a lot of talent in that singlet. We know he can do a lot of things. Like to see that breakout year this year for Caleb and just have a super fantastic year.
Absolutely, and we've seen it, like you said, we've seen the potential of Caleb Zeeser. I think for him it's a confidence. Come out and have that confidence that you can come out here and you can compete with some of the best kids in the state. And I think this is the year we see that out of Caleb Zeeser.
That sure would be nice because West Delaware has long been known for its heavyweights. Being able to put some solid wrestlers in that 285-pound weight class, and Caleb's another one of those in the long line. So there's an underhook by Snyder. He's got that right arm of Zeeser way up and out of position, trying to work that underhooker. Now we're going to get a quick warning for stalling against Zeeser. Unbelievable. That was a quick call there by our official. Snyder just pushing straight bull rush on Zeeser. Zeeser's trying to circle back to the inside of the mat, and our official quickly dinged Zeeser less than a minute into the match. Snyder working that forehead to forehead, working that collar tie. Zeeser trying to retie, trying to get some inside position, trying to hit that throw by, and Snyder's doing a good job for a sophomore. He's doing a good job. And there's a bull rush by Snyder. Once again, taking Zeeser to that outside edge of the mat. Now, nice underhook by Zeeser. He picks up that inside wrist and inside wrist with an underhook. And Snyder tries to launch Zeeser on the edge of the mat with a hip toss off the overhook. So Zeeser had an underhook. Snyder had the overhook. There's another underhook now by Snyder. I'd like to see Zeeser come with that overhook and really pinch that left arm of Snyder down. And we're going to get a stoppage there. I think our official is going to talk to Snyder about bull rushing and headbutting. Snyder coming straight on and just ramming his forehead right into Zeeser's and then trying to hit that underhook. Doing a great job pummeling, trying to get overhooks and underhooks. Caleb Zeeser got a circle right back in, just like he did right there. That's a good job by Zeeser. 10 seconds left to go. You don't want to give up any points here. And Snyder's going to shove Zeeser off the edge of the mat one more time. And Caleb comes back in, and he's kind of favoring that right shoulder just a little bit. 5 seconds left to go. 0-0 up on the scoreboard in this match. Our dual meet score right now is 17-12. And the sophomore trying to show a little physicality, and our referee's going to go Warren Snyder again as he hit Zezer with almost a left cross, a left hook. And Zezer's choice, he's going to choose down to start the second period. Snyder trying to intimidate Caleb Zezer just a little bit, and that's going to be Zezer's choice. He's going to choose down. And here comes a cross body ride by Snyder. Gets way high. Zezer's going to come to a stand-up, and he's going to pick up one as he backs out. Boy, he almost pulled Snyder underneath for the two-point reversal. That would have been huge. And now we're back to our feet. Caleb Zezer's got a circle in, Jamie. He's already been warned for stalling. Snyder's doing a great job underhooking that right side of Zezer. Zezer's got to wing that down and really control that left arm of Snyder. Snyder once again in that bull rush trying to keep Zezer on the outside edge of the mat. 1:22 and counting, second period. We're in neutral position. Zezer now owning a 1-0 score here. Off the edge of the mat to go one more time. Coach Voss up out of his chair, and he's going to tell Caleb Zezer to keep his arms down. And once again, our referee's talking to both wrestlers. There's a nice job by Zezer this time. Steps in. There's a snap down attempt by Snyder. And Zezer quickly backs up and gets his head back in better position. Hard collar tie with the right by Snyder. Nice snap. This time Zezer doing a retie of his own, trying to snap the head. There's a throw by attempt by Zezer. Another throw by attempt, and they go off the edge of the mat one more time.
Yeah, I'd like to see Caleb, get a little more physical with the sophomore here. There's a lot of hand fighting going on, but maybe, throw one of those snaps right here in the middle of the mat or one of those throw-bys here in the middle of the mat because, I don't like the way he's working the edge there. Yep, there it is.
They're stalling. You knew that was going to happen. Zezer was backing up, and they got dinged for stalling. It's now tied, so at some point Caleb Zezer is going to have to try to set up a duck under Jamie, something quick. I don't think you want to go underneath Snyder. And again, Snyder, all he's doing is pushing. Yeah. He hasn't taken a shot. At least we've seen Caleb Zezer try to hit some throw-bys. Snyder's just content with trying to work underhooks, and he's just pushing Zezer to the edge of the mat. And but Caleb also has to understand, Jamie, he's got to push back and work back to the center of the mat so he doesn't get called, just like he did right there. Yeah. He took the inside position, and then he shoved Snyder off the edge of the mat, and that's what he's got to do a little bit more of. 1-1 is our match score right here with 11 seconds left to go in the second period. There's a nice snap down by Zezer. You got to do that more often. Had the head of Snyder down. Here comes Snyder right back again with an overhook. This time Zezer's got an underhook. That's a great job right there. That's what you got to do, Jamie.
Yeah. Just force a little action here. Now Snyder, I'm sure, is going to go down here. Try to take it. Oh, he's going to go neutral. He's going to go neutral. All right. Well, now this is an opportunity for Zezer. I think they're looking for a push out here is what I honestly think they're going to the mindset of the coaching staff here at Waverly Shellrock is Snyder can push Zezer and maybe get another stalling call. Now this is an opportunity, as you mentioned, for Zezer to go to work on the offense and just force a little action here. You can't back out.
He's got to circle in. Once again, Snyder using that edge of the mat. He's going to push. There comes a headbutt. There comes Zezer trying to throw Snyder. Got that overhook. Tried to elevate Snyder. And off the edge of the mat they went. That's more like it, but you got to do that in the middle of the mat. Convince the official you're working. There's Zezer back in pummel position. Nice underhook by Zezer. He's got the left arm of Snyder up, but Snyder's blocking him off. There comes Zezer. Drops it on a single. There's two. That's just what the doctor ordered right there. Caleb Zezer with a nice underhook. Elevated that shoulder of Snyder. Dropped it on a single. Drove him off the edge of the mat. There's a 2-point takedown, 3-1. Now you got to ride. Control. Make Snyder. I think Snyder's a little tired right now. Make Snyder carry your weight. And we'll see right here. There's Zezer trying to throw a cradle in on Snyder. As Snyder balled up underneath, there's a roll attempt by Snyder. He's got the wrist. There's a half Nelson by Zezer. Boy, Caleb Zezer's got to get real physical right here. Inside wrist now by Zezer. He picks up, drops in on that leg. Now he's got Snyder going to his back. Snyder came to a short sit-out, hard cross-face by Zezer. He missed his mark. He's got Snyder belly down in the center of the mat. 56 seconds left to go. Trying to dig a chicken wing on the right. Caesar might let that wing go. A little bit more effort there. He was digging a chicken wing on the right. Now he's got an inside wrist on the left, double inside wrist by Caesar. He can step out and run that, trying to work a bar. He's going to roll that right wrist out. He's got the right wrist out of Snyder. Come to a half Nelson, and he drives Snyder to his back, and Snyder rolls through, and we get a stoppage. Oh, we got blood, Jamie, by somebody. Oh, boy, misfortune right there. You can see blood by Snyder, inside wrist by Caesar. He rolled that out to bar, and I'm telling you what, that was close.
That's what he needed, and I think one of those cross faces might have been the reason that Caesar that Snyder's got blood right here. Is he did execute on one of those cross faces, and but I like what Caleb Caesar's doing on top. You talk about putting pressure forward, and no matter what the weight is, 106 or heavyweight, if you see a kid applying good pressure forward, the guy on the bottom isn't coming up, and that's what Caleb Caesar was doing. And he was able to get out to the side without the hips of Snyder coming up because he kept that pressure forward and gave himself that opportunity to dig that bar arm out and turn him over. Now he's got 34 seconds. You break him down, get it in, go right back to it because it worked. You gotta anticipate that quick roll that we just saw Snyder do when you start taking him to his back.
Well, and you can kind of see Snyder trying to set that up a little bit, Jamie. Let Caesar get that bar out that it was turned at. He just rolled right through. I tell you what, that's two. That fall back at Antone's, that would have been huge. That's a 12-point swing. You get a fall right here, and the Hawks are up. Hawks up maybe by 12, 18, 11, 24 to 11. Potentially.
Yep.
And we'll see if Caesar can get a fall here. Grind here a little bit. Got to stop that first move. It looks like Snyder's a roly-poly guy from underneath. You got to stop that side roll. Stop that first move. And there's that nice spiral ride by Caesar. Great job right there. Stop the first move. Short sit by Snyder. Watch the roll. Snyder's trying to set up that roll. Caesar doing a great job switching sides. Stand up now by Snyder. Snyder's going to try to split the hands. Caesar drops in on a single. Got to get rid of it, Caleb. Got to drop him. Nice job. Runs the pipe on that single. There's a switch attempt by Snyder. He's going to try to pick up two. 6 seconds left to go. Oh, no points yet. Caesar still got the right leg of Snyder. Locks on. That's going to do it. No points. That's a nice win by Caleb Caesar. 3-1. Nice win right there by the senior from West Delaware. I'll tell you what, that blood time was exactly what Snyder needed to catch his break and get his win back. And I'll tell you what, almost made a pay right there. Let's take a short time out, and we'll be right back with weight class 106. You're listening to Hold by Hold action right here from CF Gymnasium at Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH.
TriVet Associates is a mixed animal veterinary clinic with offices in Farley, Dyersville, and Holy Cross. Our 8 doctors serve the Dubuque, Manchester, Guttenberg, and Cascade areas and provide veterinary services to both large and small animals. For more information, find us on Facebook or visit our website, trivetinc.com.
Back into the Seedorf Gymnasium, along with in-studio producer Paul Glazer, Jamie Vasky, Roger Reed back along with you as we're up to weight class 106. Back to the little guys. Waverly Shellrock leads this duel 17-15 over the Hawks. And at 106 for West Delaware's freshman Luke Farmer. And for the Go Hawks, 8th-ranked freshman Evan Yant.
Well, you don't, this early in the season, Jamie, you don't hardly see a freshman coming in Class 3A ranked in the top 10. But here's a good one. A familiar name at Waverly Shellrock, that Yant is a familiar name there. A lot of history, a lot of solid wrestling from that family, and we're seeing another one right here as a freshman. 2-point takedown by Yant to start the first period, and a tilt, tight waist tilt on Farmer. He picked up a 3-point near fall. Now he's got a chicken wing on the left side with another tilt off the chicken wing, picked up another 3 off the edge of the mat they go. As Yant was trying to load up a double chicken wing on Farmer from West Delaware. It's 8-0 very, very quickly. And I tell you what, Jamie, Evan Yant looks like about a 113-pounder out there. He is a very, very large for weight class 106. Got that tight waist tilt on one more time, and he rolls through, rolls Farmer through, and he's going to pick up 3. It's quickly 11-0 with 26 seconds left to go in the first period. Here comes a cross body ride by Yant on the right side. Hard cross face from right to left. And he latches on to the the left shoulder of Farmer. He did not pick up any near fall points. We got a headgear. So we'll stop right there with 13 seconds left to go as Luke Farmer needs to adjust his headgear as it was down over his eyes and face. So he's going to snap that back on. And with 13 seconds left, we will get a restart. Evan Yant, very physical on top, and does a great job tying up arms. There's a tilt again by Yant as he trapped the left arm of Farmer against his body, rolled him through, and is quickly going to be up 14-0. I got a 2-point near fall right there. 13-0, Jamie, after one. And Yant's going to go up. And Farmer's going to go neutral. I think Coach Voss said, hey, go neutral. So next takedown's going to win this thing by Yant. So Farmer will see what he can do off his feet here. Farmer's going to try to dive in, and as he does, Yant catches him and hip tosses him to his back. He's going to pick up the two, might pick up the far right here. Farmer on his back trying to roll through. That was that freshman mistake, Jamie. As he shot in, he left his elbows out, and that made it easy for Yant just to pancake Farmer to his back. And Farmer's trying to roll through, trying to get back to his stomach. And he does right there, but it's going to be an 18-0 Tech fall. So a very good freshman right there in Evan Yant. And we can quickly see why he's got that early number 8 ranking, and he might just continue to climb the ladder there, Jamie.
Yeah, I can. So that's a pretty impressive freshman right there. So good effort there. Good effort there by Farmer, but that's a really good freshman.
It's another freshman from West Delaware getting their baptism by fire, as they say. He's going to join Jack Newhouse. Jack Newhouse started this match taking on Zach Weigenhofer.
Up to weight class 113 now, and you got DeMore Hughes from Waverly Shell Rock. As DeMore Hughes is a junior, he's taking on another freshman for the Hawks and Zach Fisher. As our dual meet score 22-15 in favor of Waverly Shell Rock.
DeMore Hughes, not a real big 113-pounder, but appears to be very, very quick and light on his feet. So Zach Fisher will need to tie this guy up to try to slow him down. And there's a low single. Nice shot by Fisher. In deep on a low single. Didn't pull his hips up, Jamie, underneath him. And a hard crossface by Hughes. And Hughes is trying to cut the corner on Fisher. Fisher doing a nice job so far, staying square on Hughes. Let's see if he can outside step that. He's trying to get his outside leg up. And that was a hard cross face and down block there by Hughes. And he's going to hit a go behind on Fisher and pick up 2. And Fisher could not quite get his outside leg up and cut that corner. Now Hughes has a half Nelson in. And Fisher tried to roll through, and boy, oh boy, that's he almost got trapped on his back. And he rolled through, but Hughes comes out up on top. There's a roll through again by Fisher. He's going to pick up a 2-point reversal off that. That was a very, very shifty move by the freshman from West Delaware. That was kind of a Granby roll, but it wasn't out in front. He kind of hit it to the side and then covered the hips up of Hughes and picked up a 2-point reversal. This thing is knotted up at deuces. 25 seconds left to go in the first period. Fisher up on top, doing a great job. Riding tight. There's a hard crossface from left to right. Now power half Nelson by Fisher. Let's see if they can turn this into some points. There's a stand-up by Hughes. And a nice back trip by Fisher as he takes Hughes back down to the mat. Crossface cradle by Fisher. Got it locked up, but he's only got 3 seconds left to go. Let's see if he can dump Hughes to his back. And Fisher's going to run out of time, but that's exactly what you like to see out of the freshman from West Delaware. He's going to defer over. With Delaware's choice, he's going to defer over to Hughes. And Hughes is going to go up on top. So, surprising choice there by Hughes. He looked over to the coaching staff there, Jamie. And three of the Go-Hawk coaches there were all pointing up on top, so maybe they know something about their wrestler and his strength. But he did take Fisher down to start the match, so surprised he didn't take neutral there. Hard tight waist by Hughes. Tight waist with the left. Hard chop with the right. He's got that arm tied up. Fisher's going to try to hit him with a reverse cradle there, but he's going to turn that into a 2-point reversal. Now a hard crossface, trying to load up a butcher. There's a crossface cradle by Fisher. He's got Hughes, had it locked up, had Hughes going to his back, and we had the West Delaware faithful on the edge of their seats right there, ready to call the pin for us. And Hughes quickly broke the grip of Fisher. And Jamie, that was a thing right there where Fisher tried to load the cradle up before he had it locked up tight.
Yeah, and that's another freshman thing you're going to see. You know, you got to make sure you got things locked up tight before you go trying to run a move. And that cradle was a situation there where, like you said, he didn't have it locked up. And now's another opportunity. Half Nelson, just a simple half Nelson, trying to throw him to his back here.
I tell you what, a lot of action. It's 4-2. Fisher has been so close to dropping Hughes to his back. Hughes has been able to play the Houdini and roll through and get out of some predicaments, but Fisher slaps a half Nelson on him again, and Hughes rolls through, picks up a 2-point near fall, and Coach Voss up out of his chair there, showing a little bit of excitement there for his young freshman. 17 seconds left to go.
And a stall warning here against Hughes underneath. Not doing a lot to work up here, and Fisher trying to take advantage of that, looking for more near fall perhaps.
Well, he's done a great job with that crossface series. Crossface to far arm, trying to set up that butcher and scoring some points with it. It's going to be third period. Let's see where they put him. Going to put him back up on top. Good choice. Yep. Coach Voss was saying, hey, get a half Nelson with an inside wrist. And see if they can turn Hughes over and close the gap here a little bit. A pin would make this, Jamie, 22-21. Still in favor of the Go-Hawks. There's a stand up by Hughes. Gets to his feet. And Fisher's going to try to take him down. That's a bear hug. Now there's going to be a 1-point escape by Hughes. So it's 6-3 right now. We're back to neutral. So Fisher has some work to do. There's a duck under attempt by Fisher. Hughes quickly back in with the collar tie with the left. Retie now by Fisher. 1:31 left to go counting. A lot of action here. Fisher drops in. He's got a single leg. Let's see if he can drop Hughes to his back. Boy, doesn't pull that in. Had it at the knee. Didn't pull it in and finish it. And Hughes down a down block on Fisher. Fisher trying to cut the corner on Hughes. Now a 2-point takedown by Hughes. It is 6-5 right now. So Fisher has some work left to do here to get himself back in this match. Sure, he would like to take a win, but he had Hughes going to his back a couple of times. 58 seconds left to go. We'll see if Hughes will cut Fisher loose and go back to his feet. That's what the Go-Hawk Coach Whitcomb is doing there. We're going to get a stalemate right there to restart. We'll see if Coach Whitcomb says go back to neutral. They're going to cut him loose. And expect that would be coming. Going to cut him loose and try to get a takedown here. 45 seconds left to go. And Jamie, this is something we haven't talked about yet either. You know, going from middle school to high school, you used to going 2-1-1. Now all of a sudden you got to go 2-2-2. That's a big jump.
It really is, and you know you see that a lot early on in the season before the kids really get acclimated to it. Wrestling this 6-minute match instead of a 5-minute match or a 4-minute match.
Oh. There's a freight train double by Hughes and a 2-point reversal by Fisher. Fisher slaps a half Nelson on Hughes. He's got him going to his back. He's got to pull him in. We got pandemonium here. We got the orange and black faithful up. That is off the edge of the mat. Fisher has Hughes buried, but he's off the edge of the mat. No points. It's 9-7 with 4 points. Wow, 4-23. I'll tell you what, that was a great freight train double by Hughes. And Fisher was going to his back, and he did the Snyder thing. He rolled through, and he ended up with a 2-point reversal. And then he had Hughes buried, but off the edge of the mat they go. Again, guys, be careful. There's a 1 point, and that's going to do it right there. It's going to be a 9-7 win. I'll tell you what, doesn't get a whole lot more exciting than that, Jamie, for the first meet of the year, first match of the year for the young freshman from West Delaware, Zach Fisher, picks up a huge win over DeMoore Hughes, 9-7. It's 22-18.
Hey, great match by a freshman. I tell you what, those are the kind of matches you like to see. You know, when you see the coaches get fired up and they're invested in these kids, the freshmen, and when you get to see them right off the bat here to start this season, see these coaches get that excited. That's what makes the sport so great is watching matches like that, watching kids like that get a big win to start their career.
You're exactly right. Well, we got a featured match right here, Jamie, at weight class 120. We got number 10 ranked from Waverly Shell Rock, Dylan Albrecht. And last year, Ryan Phillips for the Hawks came in ranked at 113 or 106. So I think he was at 106, Jamie. Was ranked and then fell out of the rankings.
Well, I know I think that these two met in the first duel of the year last year at 106, with Albrecht getting the win.
Now there's a nice double by Albrecht. Got in deep on Phillips. Scramble. Phillips rolls through on the double. Now Phillips with a cross body right of his own. Slaps the leg in. He's got a power half Nelson. That might be two. Good job by official. There's a 2-point takedown by Phillips. Short sit now by Albrecht. Albrecht coming to his feet, controlling the hands of Phillips. It looks like he might try to pick up a 1-point escape. He does. It's 2-1. Great action right here from two of the best sophomores. 1 in 3A and 1 in 2A right now. 51 seconds left to go. That was a great shot by Albrecht. Even better counter by Phillips. So Phillips, he's got to keep his feet moving, Jamie. There's a tap and go. Albrecht showing a little quickness there as he had a tap and go, and Phillips was almost caught flat-footed one more time. Phillips with a staggered stance, leading with that right leg. Albrecht in a square stance, very good with a quick snap and then in on the shot. 25 seconds left to go. And then Phillips staying in the middle of the mat. And coming with that staggered stance, leading with that right leg. There's a snatch by Phillips. He's got that leg up, cuts across to a double. He's trying to pick up two as Albrecht goes to a down block. 8.9 seconds left. That was a nice shot by Phillips. They just reached down and snatched that right leg. There's a tap and go again by Albrecht. And no dice as Phillips did a nice job keeping his feet away. Tap and go again by Albrecht one more time. I'll tell you what, he's very deadly with that tap and go. It's going to be Albrecht's choice. Going to defer over to Phillips. And Phillips will choose down. Great action right here. Number 10 ranked Dylan Albrecht. He's only a sophomore. Waverly Shell Rock has 4 seniors in their lineup.
And looking back here, not to cut you off, these two did wrestle in that opening duel last year. As you mentioned, Phillips came in ranked, and Albrecht defeated Ryan Phillips in that duel last year, 7-4.
So we'll see if Phillips trying to get the payback. Nice sit-out turn into a stand-up by Phillips, and he splits the hands of Albrecht. Then Albrecht says, you know what, I'm just going to cut you loose and take my chances on my feet. Albrecht's had a couple of nice shots. Phillips had a couple nice shots. So, again, there's a nice single by Albrecht. He's in deep, picks up the right leg of Phillips, and Phillips with a nice whizzer. He's trying to split the hands of Albrecht. Albrecht trying to get that leg back inside, tries a back trip. Phillips showing some good balance. Hard whizzer again by Phillips. Phillips now down to his knees, keeps the whizzer in. Might be a defensive takedown by Phillips as he's got an overhook. Albrecht still trying to keep a hold of that single on the right side of Phillips. And Phillips now comes out of it. He's got an overhook on Albrecht. And we'll see what he decides to do with that overhook. Now double underhook by Albrecht. And they're going off the edge of the mat. 3-1 lead for Ryan Phillips. Featured match here at 120. Phillips unranked in Class 2A. And number 10 ranked Albrecht from Waverly Shell Rock. Waverly Shell Rock coming in with 8 ranked wrestlers in Class 3A. 39 seconds left to go, second period. It's going to be Albrecht's choice to start the third. So Phillips would certainly like, there's a single. Phillips has Albrecht down. Oh, that was cat quick. Talk about explosion right there. That was cat quick by Ryan Phillips. He got in on that single, cut across to a double, and he set Albrecht down to his backside, quickly covered his hips up, picked up 2. We just talked about that, Jamie, how important 2 would be, and he answered the call.
Absolutely, and he did. He did a great job. And you mentioned the cat quick. I tell you what, he just quickly, had him down and just quickly got on top and got the 2-point takedown. Great job by Ryan Phillips.
And that was the difference in getting that takedown and Albrecht not getting that takedown. Albrecht got in on that single and didn't get that right leg of Phillips up high enough and gave Ryan Phillips time to counter it. And let's see where Albrecht decides to go, and he's going to go down. And I think that's okay with Ryan Phillips. He's shown the potential to be very, very tough on top. 5-1 is your score. There's a stand-up by Albrecht, and he's going to split the hands of Phillips very quick as Albrecht. That's a 6-second stand-up, and Phillips basically shoved him off the edge of the mat also. It's 5-2. Very strategically wrestled match right here by both wrestlers, taking advantage of what each other is giving them. Albrecht in, tap and go, and underhook by Phillips as he brings Albrecht out of that single shot. And an overhook by Phillips, and Albrecht quickly backs out. Phillips is going to circle back in. There's that tap and go. There's that deep double by Albrecht. He's in deep again. Phillips is going to try to counter it. He's over the top of Albrecht and laced through the legs of Albrecht. Doing a great job of countering that double shot. No points there as Phillips. He can scramble with the best of them. He's reaching down. He's got that right ankle of Albrecht. He's going to try to roll through. No points there. It's potentially dangerous. 1 point there for, I think Waverly's going to pick up 1 point as he's going to call Phillips for twisting the ankle. He's going to call Phillips for twisting the ankle. He called it potentially dangerous first, Jamie. Now he calls it an illegal hold. So it's 5-3. How's it go from potentially dangerous to illegal?
I think Coach Voss was just questioning that. Why? I don't think Voss was arguing the call, but I think he arguing the fact that he called it just a potentially dangerous.
Yeah, then he changed it to a legal hold, so it's instead of 5-2, now it's 5-3. A takedown by Albrecht will tie this up with 39 seconds left to go. Phillips doing a nice job staying in the middle of the mat. Albrecht down with the tap and go again. Phillips doing a nice job down blocking. There's another tap and go. Phillips, there's a warning against Phillips now, and you knew that was going to come. There's double underhook by Albrecht. Phillips has a double overhook, and he's trying to block Albrecht up. 19 seconds left to go on the edge of the mat. You don't want to give up 2 right here, and our official's going to not let them wrestle right there. He's going to bring them both back to the center of the mat. Phillips with the stalling call. Got to continue to circle. And you know what Albrecht's going to do? He's going to tap and go and try to get a whole bunch of shots in here. Phillips has to get a reshot in here at some point. 10 seconds left to go in this match. Phillips now lowers his level. There's another shot. There's warning against Phillips. It's 5-4 right now. That's going to do it. Ryan Phillips is going to pick up a very hard 5-4 win there. That was a strategic match there, Jamie. I'd like to see Ryan Phillips shoot that single again as quick as it was the first time. But you know what? He did what he had to do to win the match. And in a dual meet like this, that's all that counts.
Absolutely. And a great win by Ryan Phillips. You know, like you said, kind of a little revenge after the opener last year. But he gets a 5-4 win. That closes the dual meet up. It's 22-21 now in favor of Waverly Shell Rock as we move up to 126. And I believe we're going to see Jordan Roush take the mat for West Delaware.
It looks like Waverly has Bryson Hervel. We'll see if... Yep. Jordan Roush, senior, taking on the sophomore. Again, Waverly's their first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. First 6 weights, you have 1, 2, 3. You got 4 sophomores, 1 freshman, and a junior. So a lot in the cupboard there for the Go-Hawks. Hervel, very tall, very lanky, very lean sophomore for the Go-Hawks. Wrestling very short, stocky. Jordan Roush for West Delaware. Again, you hope those years of experience will pay off. There's going to be a short arm drag by Hervel. He's going to pick up a 2-point takedown on Roush, and he quickly puts the cross body right in. What else do you think you would see with those long legs, Jamie, but a cross body right?
And I tell you what, if you're Jordan Roush, you got to get out of this quick because we've talked in the past how tough it is to wrestle a good legger, and right now it looks like Hervel, that with the length that he's got, is very tough on top when he gets that cross body right in.
But I'll tell you what, there's a lot of leverage there. You put that cross body right in, and then you start with a power half Nelson, start cranking that a little bit. That takes its toll in a hurry. Got a lot of pressure, a lot of torque on your hips, and a lot of forward pressure on your neck with that power half Nelson. So you've got to do a good job keeping your knees underneath. Got to block off those legs, and then you got to try to get back to your feet. Cross body right again by Hervel on the right side of Roush. Comes a power half Nelson. Roush does a nice job. Nelson down, and then goes back to his 10 seconds left. Now out roll by Roush. And we'll see if he can catch Hervel on his hip right now. Got to be, you don't want to try to roll through and get caught on your back. Switch attempt by Roush, but he leaves his left arm behind. And can't hit that switch when you leave that left arm behind. Hervel just grabbed onto that wrist and blocked off Roush. And that's going to do it for the first period. It's going to be a 2-0 Hervel lead. As we go to the second period, let's see whose choice it's going to be. Looks like it's going to be Roush's choice. No, it's going to be Hervel's choice. He's going to defer over to Roush. Let's see where he decides to go. I deferred over. Now I'm going to go to neutral. Well, you chose neutral. Now you got to really get going here on your feet and try to tie this baby up with a takedown. As Hervel's snaps come loose on his headgear, referee's going to snap that back. And here we go back to neutral. Roush giving up a lot of length here to Hervel. There's a tap and go by Hervel. He's in deep on a single. He's going to pick that up, cuts across to a double. Going to sit Roush on his backside, pick up a 2-point takedown, and here he goes right back to work. Inside wrist. Here comes a cross body ride. He's got an inside wrist on the left. He's going to try to throw a cross body right in on the right. Roush is going to catch his toe, but he gets that cross body right in anyway on the right side. We'll probably see a power half Nelson. Now he's going to put both legs in. Tell you what, this is going to be very, 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 very painful for Jordan Roush underneath of that double cross body ride. And Hervel's got him stretched out off to the left center of the mat. He's working a power half Nelson on the right side. He's got a deep half Nelson on the right. He might try to crank Roush over, and Roush quickly plays the turtle and tucks his head back underneath and gets rid of the half. There's another half Nelson on the right side again. Now he's got an inside wrist with it. Now he's going to try to crank Roush over with an inside wrist on the left, half Nelson on the right. Tell you what, Roush has to wing that half Nelson down. But he's not going to, and Hervel's applying a lot using that leverage that he's got in those long arms. I'll tell you what, I don't know how Roush got out of that, but he did. Showing some moxie right there to fight out of that inside wrist half Nelson. It's 4-0. Roush not out of this match yet. 21 seconds left to go, second period. Now we're going to get stalling against Roush. I'll tell you what, he's trying to work up, Jamie. Hervel, if you look at Hervel, he's riding parallel and not getting out to the side. Now here's a cradle by Hervel. Roush tries to catch him. He does. See if Roush can high leg over, get a tips over, runs out of time. Roush tried to bait Hervel, let him lock the cradle up, and then he freed one arm, and as Hervel tried to roll him through, Roush almost stopped Hervel and had him trapped on his back. That would have been that 4-point move that we were looking for to tie this thing up. Hervel's going to choose down to start the third period. Roush has a cradle of his own. Hard crossface. I'm telling you what, he's got a crossface from left to right, trying to set up a butcher. I'd like to see him stay with that crossface cradle as he's got that right arm of Hervel trapped. And here comes good hand control by Hervel. He peels the crossface off, and he's going to hit Roush with a switch. And as he does, he's going to throw in a double cross body one more time. And he's going to stretch Roush out. Boy, Roush had that cross face in, trying to lock up that cradle, and he just missed the lock, and he ended up giving a 2-point reversal up. Now Hervel's up on top, cranking that half Nelson on the left side. He's got a half Nelson on the left, inside wrist on the right. He had a leg in on the left also. He kicks the leg out. You know, Jamie, right there, Hervel's riding parallel. Got to get our official to get him off to the side. 1 minute and counting left in this match. There's a half Nelson by Herbal. He's got Roush wrapped up. And once again, Roush is going to limp arm out of it, showing some Gumby-like moves right there. I tell you what, I'm not sure how he got out of that, but he certainly did. No back points, 43 seconds left. Coach Whitcomb's probably going to say, hey, cut him loose. He is looking for some bonus points here. 6-1 right now is your score. There's a long single shot again by Herbal. Nice down block by Roush. He's going to try to stuff the head of Herbal. And Herbal drives over the cross of Roush, picks up 2. It's 8-2 right now as Roush picks up and escapes. Long single shot again by Herbal. Roush has been warned for stalling. He's got to get moving. Well, I'd like to see Roush try to catch Herbal right here with a pancake. Well, it's going to be a 2-point takedown. Roush might be in a little bit of trouble right here. No points as Roush is locked up in a front headlock. There's a 2-point takedown. It's 10-2. There's your major decision, Jamie. I hate to see that major decision. You pick up an extra bonus point right there. You just had to not give up that 2.
Yeah, and like you said though, once he got in on that, it was right when he got taken down. It was a point of don't give up the fall, and don't give up the fall. But an 10-2 major decision has our score 26-21 in favor of Waverly Shell Rock now as we move up to weight class 132. We're going to see Brad Roush from West Delaware as he's going to be taking on Ian Heisey.
I'll tell you what, there's Ian Heisey's ranked number 10 in the state, class 3A, and he's quickly in on that low single. I'll tell you what, he just came right after that heel, and he scooped that heel of Brad Roush, and now there's a 1-point escape by Roush as he gets to his feet. And Heisey, there's a nice front headlock by Roush. Let's see if he can make this pay off for him. He's got a front headlock, and he's going to try to scoop behind and trap Heisey. Let's see if he can cut the corner. Heisey doing a nice job controlling that elbow. And Roush had Heisey in a scramble there on the edge of the mat. Tried to pick up 2, but Heisey found the edge. So back to the center we go. That's a great front headlock by the senior from West Delaware. Let's see if the Hawks can get on the offense here a little bit. Long double shot by Roush. A little bit too far away. Got to set that up. There's a double underhook. There's a throw attempt by Roush as he tries to that's going to be unsportsmanlike, I think, Jamie, right there. 1 point for Roush. Unsportsmanlike conduct by Heisey. As Roush tried to throw Heisey, and Heisey didn't like that, so he gives Roush a shove off the edge of the mat. Now Roush has injury time out here for left shoulder off that throw attempt. And over and under, both wrestlers had a throw attempt there. And Roush tried to hit it on the edge of the mat, and Heisey just showing a little bit of his frustration. 2-2 your score now. Back to neutral we go. 1 minute and 8 seconds left to go in the first period. There's a snap down by Heisey. Nice job of defending that by Roush. Roush showing a little bit of quickness there. Now Heisey drops down to one knee, tries to go back after that right ankle, that right heel of Roush, and Roush has nothing to do with it. There's a reshot by Roush. Oh, throw attempt by Heisey, and he's got Roush on his back. Boy, pancaked Brad Roush right to his back. Oh, there's a fall. Jamie, that was a freestyle fall right there. Roush rolled across and right back, and our official slapped the mat. Jamie, lost by fall is Brad Roush. Where was that call? Exactly. Where was that call for Brady Antones, man?
Yeah. It was awfully quick.
Eggleston was flatter on his back for a longer period of time than Brad Roush was at that particular moment.
Yeah,
that's the way they see it here sometimes.
32-21 is our score now as we move up to weight class 138, and we have
Cole Engel
going for the Hawks, and he's quickly out with a takedown as he's taking on Dalton Reynolds.
And Dalton Reynolds, Jacob, the initial wrestler did not make weight, so we got Dalton Reynolds, and I believe he's a sophomore. He's off the JV roster. He's listed as a 126-pounder, Jamie. So I'll tell you what, Cole Engel just has to take out a little bit of 3/4 of a season of frustration last year on this youngster here and really get after him. The Hawks need a fall out of Cole Engel.
And Cole Engel,
I think only had a half a dozen matches in last year or something.
9. 9 matches.
Yeah.
He was 4 and 5.
Yep. So Engel, I'd like to see him as quick as that takedown was, Jamie. Like, go back to your feet and build that lead up and then work for the fall. He's trying to hit a tilt. Trying to hit Reynolds on a tilt, and Reynolds doing a nice job with hand control underneath. Engel trying to, Engel's got the left arm of Reynolds trapped underneath, and he's trying to roll through and hit him with that tight waist tilt. But, Jamie, we talk about this a lot. Engel took Reynolds down in about 21 seconds, and now you've expended almost a little bit over a minute, and you have no more points to show for it.
Yeah, and not really breaking Reynolds down. You know, you guys like to see us, like you said, as quickly and as good as he made that first shot. You know, nice job. You got to go to work on top.
About 35 seconds left to go. Reynolds finds the edge of the mat, so we will get a restart. Again, Engel very, very tough on top. He is long and lean. He's got a lot of leverage. See if he can use that leverage to his advantage. He's got Reynolds posted to the middle of the mat, chest down, applying a lot of forward pressure, keeping the hands, keeping the weight forward. Hard crossface now by Engel from left to right. You know, trying to set up maybe a butcher or maybe a crossface cradle. I tell you what, Reynolds keeping this thing close. Need a stalling call on Reynolds as he is based out and not doing a thing underneath. Not sure if we're going to get it or not. 3 seconds left, and that's going to do it for the first period. And Cole Engel will lead this thing 2-0. And let's see whose choice is going to be. It's going to be Engel's choice. He's going to defer over to Reynolds. And Reynolds will choose down again. So we'll see. We'll see if there's any strategy here. You might think about cutting them loose, but we'll see what happens. Going to get a caution against Engel. No caution. Did not. Looks like Cole Engel was a little bit off the center. And there's the whistle. Nice chop, nice tight waist by Engel. Once again, he has Reynolds belly down, and trying to control that left arm. Not sure what he's trying to do with it. He's got it chopped hard. He's got a tight waist. Got it chopped hard. So what the West Delaware Hawks here need 6 out of Engel. You know, you're wrestling a guy off the JV roster listed at 126 pounds. And I tell you what, you just got to get after it right here and work for a fall. 126. That was a crossbody ride by Engel on the right side of Reynolds. Got it in deep. Let's see if he can make this work. Trying to set up maybe a cradle. There's a half Nelson on the left side. Crossbody ride on the right. Here comes a cradle by Engel. Gonna have to kick that crossbody free. Does. Got the cradle locked up. He's got his lock. He's got his lock at the knee and set up around the chin, so he might have to readjust his lock off the cradle. And not going to do it. Well, now he's got Reynolds broken down. We're going to get a stalemate right there. That was a case of Jamie having that lock down at the knee and set up under the chin. There's going to be no way that Cole Engel is going to be able to dump Reynolds from that position. Again, 2-0 is our match score right here. There's Reynolds with a sit-out turn, and he ends up in a double. And he might try to pick up a 2-point reversal here with 39 seconds left. Cole Engel trying to stay up on top. He's in a long down block. Reynolds switches off to a single. He's got his head to the outside. He's got an outside single. Now crossface coming. Engel with a crossface, and we'll get a stalemate one more time. 23 seconds left. Our dual meet score is 32 for the Waverly Charlotte Go Hawks and 21 for the West Delaware Hawks. Weight class 138. We started weight class 160. So we've got 3 more matches here. The Hawks are mathematically still in this thing. I tell you what, it's going to take some Houdini magic here by the West Delaware Hawks. You know, you got 11 points to try to make up, and you got 3 matches yet to do this. And Cole Engel's really got to go here, Jamie. Again, you've dominated on top for about 3 minutes and 45 seconds of riding time.
Yeah, and we don't get riding time for high school, so Engel's going to go down here. Got to go right to work here if you're Cole Engel. You've got 2 minutes and really a 2-0 lead. You'd like to see a little more here. moving forward here and try to get back in this dual meet. I mean, you're down 11 points here with only a few matches left. So nice job, nice switch by Cole Engel, picks up the 2-point reversal and leads 4-0 now. Now I'd like to see go back to work here.
Yeah, that was a really, really nice long switch. And now go back to work on that cradle. You know, he's trying that tight waist tilt. Now we're going to get stalling against Engel. We get stalling against Engel for riding parallel and controlling that rest. And here we go again. Like to say, Engel, come right back to that crossfade, Jamie, and try to work that cradle. There's a sit-out turn in by Reynolds. He reaches back and grabs onto the left leg of Cole Engel. Now he reaches and tries to grab Engel's head. Engel's going to sit over the left ankle. Now try to set up that cradle, Cole Engel. Boy, he's got a perfect opportunity to come right to that crossface cradle from there. He's got his elbow right in the back of Reynolds' neck and trying to drive him back down to the mat. He does. Now a cross body ride by Engel, trying an inside wrist. 59 seconds left to go in the match. And Engel up on top again, still grinding, still working inside wrist. Now we're going to get stalling against Reynolds. Now he's belly down, and you know what Reynolds is trying to do here, just stay off his back. Engel now with an inside wrist on the left and driving Reynolds forward. Again, now 38 seconds left to go. Engel's now, he's got an inside wrist. Now we're going to get stalling against Engel. There's going to be 1 point for Reynolds. Got an inside wrist. Got an inside wrist. He's grinding on it, but staying parallel. He's got to get out to the side. Here's a restart. Starts on the right, switches over to the left. 28 seconds left to go. He's going to try to set up that tilt. Got to be careful right there. And again, they're working on that tilt. Reynolds has just been basing out, belly down. And Reynolds has done exactly what Coach Whitcomb wanted him to do, and that's not give up the fall. And 12 seconds left to go in this match. It looks like Cole Engel will take his 5.5 minutes of riding time and there's an escape. It's 4-2 right there. There's the end of the match. Late escape by Reynolds. That's a 4-2 win by Cole Engel. Let's take another short timeout. We'll be back for the last 2 matches of this very interesting duel. Stay with us. Got more action for you from the Cedar Gymnasium on Eastern Iowa Sports Station Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Peace of mind. That's what high-tech communications can provide for you with a security system and video surveillance system for your business. You may also be eligible for a discount on your business insurance. Doesn't it make sense to see what high-tech communications can do for your business? High-tech communications, changing your world with technology.
Back into the Seedorf Gymnasium. Our featured match coming up here at 145 pounds as we have Mitchell Mangold, the sophomore from West Delaware, taking on Dalton Woodyard, the 10th-ranked junior from Waverly Shell Rock, as our dual meet score is 32-24 in favor of Waverly Shell Rock, as we're here with 2 matches left to go, 145 and 152. Hawks trail by 8 here.
Well, Jamie, you see Woodyard is ranked. He's a junior. And Mangold having a fantastic season as a freshman last year and not ranked. But I think that's okay. There's no target on his back right now. All he has to do is go out and do what he does best, and that's wrestle. And he proved last year that he can wrestle with the best of him. And he's going to get an early test right here with Woodyard. And Woodyard's going to pick up an early 2-point takedown as he had a front headlock, and Woodyard got on the front headlock and covered up his hips for a 2-point takedown. Mangold was in really good position right there off the front headlock and just got off to the side just a little bit too much, and that made it easy for Woodyard to short drag him through off that for a 2-point takedown. 25 seconds left to go, and it's a 2-0 lead. There's a nice stand-up by Mangold. He's going to get off the edge of the mat and pick up 1. And no, he doesn't, as Woodyard drives him off the edge of the mat.
And Mitchell Mangold, he's going to see some good competition coming up here in the next few days, with Woodyard here. And then, of course, coming in here Saturday, that's going to be a tough tournament. We haven't really talked about it a lot here, but West Delaware hosting the Bob Murphy Invitational. and bringing in, I think there's 9 teams total in this tournament, as you've got Benton Community, Davenport Assumption, Decorah, Dike New Hartford, Fairfield, Grinnell, Muscatine, and Red Oak coming in here on Saturday, and some great teams coming in, and it'll be a great tournament on Saturday, and that's something here where Mitchell Mangold has to improve on what he did last year, and that was that was pretty impressive. Mitchell Mangold, what he did just as a freshman, and had a great season. He's the leading returner on this team. As he comes in here after last season and a 33-15 record.
Yeah, that's exceptional for a freshman wrestling in the middle where he wrestled. And that's he's got to take. He's a sophomore, but he's got to take a leadership responsibility here, coming back as the guy with the most wins. Well, it's going to be Woodyard's choice. He's going to defer over to Mangold, and Mangold is going to choose down. I'm not sure he wanted to be down, but Coach Voss pointed him down. And quick stand-up by Mangold, and on the stand-up, Woodyard slaps a cross body right in, and then front trips. Woodyard's going to get called for stalling as he doesn't bring Mangold down. Now front trip, and Woodyard's got Mangold down on the mat with a cross body, and Mangold doing a great job with hand control. Crab right now by Woodyard. Mangold trying to come with a stand-up. Now he's trying to work some hand control. That's got to be stalling by Woodyard. There's a one-point escape right there. Oh, that's a one-point escape, Jamie. Ah, that's a one-point escape, and Mangold can't believe it. Mangold was on the mat. Woodyard was off the mat. Mangold did a great job staying on the mat there to score 1, and our referee didn't see it the way that we saw it from up here. He's closer to the action than we are. There's a stand-up by Mangold again. Mangold working some hand control. That's got to be stalling on Woodyard, Jamie. That's got to be 1 point for Mangold. There it is. Stalling by Woodyard. 1 point for Mangold. Mangold doing a great job. Here comes a cross body ride by Woodyard. He slaps a leg in. I'll tell you what, he's very, very high. Mangold trying to shake him down. Doing a great job as Woodyard gets high with the cross body ride. Mangold trying to shake him off. And now a roll attempt by Mangold has Woodyard off to the edge. Oh, now they call him off the edge of the mat. Great job by the sophomore from West Delaware. It's 2-1. So you got to pick up an escape, at least an escape here, Jamie.
Yeah, you definitely need an escape here and send it to the third period tied if you're Mitchell Mangold. And he's doing a great job underneath. He's coming to his feet. Just a very opportunistic Woodyard here, not giving up the 1 point escape.
Well, he's got to come back to his feet and maybe pick up another stalling here to tie this thing up.
There it is.
There's a 1 point escape. Now we're tied up. And how we talk about how you're going to beat somebody with the legs. Get right back up to your feet. Block those legs off. Get up to your feet. Quick stand up. Good hand control. And picture perfect there by Mitchell Mangold. There's a double by Woodyard. Long double. Here comes a front headlock again by Mangold. A short drag attempt this time by Woodyard. There's a fireman's carry. Let's see if Mangold can dump Woodyard to his back. Boy, great balance by Mitch Mangold as he tried to hit Woodyard with a cow catcher. And Woodyard tried to come back with a fireman's carry off that. Great balance by Mangold. How to get out of that, Jamie?
I don't know. And, that I was just about to say, that would have been an opportunity late in that period to maybe catch Woodyard sleeping. But Woodyard came right in on a shot. And that whip over attempt by Mangold. And then a fireman's carry by Woodyard. But like you said, great balance as Mangold was on his back and somehow got his hips on top and was able to hold off Woodyard in that point and still just about scored before that period got over. There's a cradle attempt by Mangold. But what I was going to mention is at the end of that period, in a front headlock position, Mangold, it may not seem important, but he got one good bounce off the mat with the head of Woodyard before that period ended. And maybe, that a lot of that will wear down a wrestler, and Mangold was able to get that good bounce off the mat to end that period.
That is a hard crossface by Mangold from right to left. He's got a crossface cradle locked up on Woodyard. Let's see if he can score some points off of it. Good hand control by Woodyard now as he peels the crossface off. Now he takes that arm of Mangold from right side to left side. Now he might try to pick up a 2 point reversal. Woodyard reaches back and grabs the right ankle of Mitch Mangold and tries to pull it underneath. A minute left and counting. Here's a cradle locked up again by Mangold, but Woodyard grabs onto the right ankle of Mangold, hangs on, and we're going to get a stalemate right there. Great job by Mangold to hang on, not give up 2 there. Would have been very, very easy for Mangold to give up 2. I tell you what, Woodyard looks just a little tired right here. Mangold jumped right back to his feet, looks really fresh. Tell you what, this would be a huge win for the sophomore from West Delaware. 52 seconds left to go. We're knotted up at deuces here. Woodyard down, Mangold up on top. That's going to be a stand up by Woodyard. He's going to drive. Mangold's going to drive Woodyard off the edge of the mat right into the Go Hawk cheerleaders. I'll tell you what, they scattered. Absolutely scattered. I would scatter too.
It's like when you turn on the lights and watching bugs scatter when wrestlers go towards that out of bounds right where them cheerleaders are.
Well,
see how quick they really are.
I don't think you want Mitch Mangold and Dalton Woodyard in your lap if you're one of those cheerleaders, but maybe they do.
Especially the rate they were coming.
That's exactly right. Tripod stand-up by Woodyard. Mangold riding underneath. There's a stand-up now by Woodyard. Mangold latches onto a double. He's got a lift here. Got to be careful. Don't want to get caught in the scramble. Might be some back points here by Mangold. Oh, nice job by Mitch. 21 seconds left to go. Hard crossface by Mangold one more time. Trying to set up that crossface cradle. He's in great position right now. 14 seconds left. Amy, we might have a first overtime match in 2016. 9 seconds left. Got to be careful here. If you're Mitch Mangold, don't want to give up 1 point here on escape. Take this baby in overtime. I think Woodyard's got some burning lungs right now. We'll see if Mangold pops up feeling fresh, and he does. He's the first one to his feet. Woodyard looks over to Coach Whitcomb, and he's got to think about this just a little bit. Mangold right back to the center. Nice shot by, oh boy, nice shot by Mangold.
That was close.
Anticipated the whistle of the referee and had the heel of Woodyard, set Woodyard right to his backside. I'll tell you what, that was unbelievable. Great quick action there by Mitch Mangold, but he doesn't get to count it for the win. There's a long double shot by Woodyard. Got to be careful if you're Mitch Mangold. Underhook, overhook, and Mangold's going to throw Woodyard. He might get the fall in overtime. Mangold with the lateral drop on Dalton Woodyard, trying to scoop the arm. 33 seconds in overtime. Woodyard fighting off his back. He's got his right shoulder reverse half Nelson now by Mangold. Reverse half Nelson. There's the fall. Mitch Mangold with the fall. Catches Dalton Woodyard in overtime with a lateral drop. That's exactly what the doctor ordered there for the West Delaware Hawks there with 1 match to go. Mitchell Mangold brings the orange and black faithful to their feet in appreciation. And we're going to go up to...
That shook something loose in the scoreboard. Right when this place erupted, the scoreboard went out.
It might have been
I'm not sure.
Might have been the whole score table there, kicking the score table and knocking the cord loose. I'll tell you what, Jamie, you look back on a couple of matches in this duel, and you get a couple of those calls to go in favor of the orange and black. This score here is completely different with 1 match to go. Yeah. 152, we got Tristan Volker, and he's taking on a tough match here. And you like to have your hammer, Jamie, end the match for you, and that's what you've got right here. Austin Yant, the highly ranked senior from Waverly Shell Rock, ranked number 2, taking on Tristan Volker. I'll tell you what, Tristan Volker did a super fantastic job for the Hawks last year as he filled in for some unbelievable spots at times for people.
I think we're may run this thing manually, but I believe we had I think it was a fall with 6:39 as I believe what that fall time was. Let's see, there's Mitchell Mangold. Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah, 6:39 was the fall time. And the clock went out, and we're kind of working on that right now. Our dual meet scores 32-30 in favor of Waverly Shell Rock, as the Hawks have won. You know, if right now the Hawks lead the match is 7-6. The pins are tied 3-3 right now, but 2 Waverly Shell Rock Tech falls and a major decision is the difference in this dual meet right now. And I tell you what a great dual meet this was, and for many probably didn't expect the Hawks to be in it at this point of this dual meet, but what a great job the Hawks have done here in this dual meet.
Yeah, Jamie, I mean, you look at Waverly Shell Rock coming in here with 8 ranked wrestlers, and nobody gave West Delaware a chance to even be in the match, even be in the duel. They got Austin Yan taking on Tristan Volker. 32. They got to get 32 to 30 up on the scoreboard there. They'll get that.
They just came up, and I think he's putting everything on now. So
there's the handshake. Austin Yan, another one of those long, linky Go-Hawk wrestlers. Comes right in on a low single, climbs the body of Volker, picks up 2. Here comes a cross face from right to left. He's trying to set up a cross face cradle. Good hand control by Volker as he peels the cross face off. And he's going to cut him loose. Yant will cut Volker loose. It's 2-1. Tristan Volker's going to have to do a good job here trying to tie up the hands of Austin Yant. Again, that's easier said than done. Nice throw by Yant. He's going to pick up 2. And now he's going to cut Volker loose. It's 4-2 right now. And it looks like we might see a takedown. We might see a takedown clinic here by the number 2 ranked Yant. And there's a third different takedown right there. That time was an inside single. And he set Volker right down to his backside, covered his hips up for a 6-2 lead with 1:05 left to go in the first period. Now here comes a cross body ride by Yant. On the right side of Volker, hard cross face. He's trying to set up that cross face cradle. He's got it locked up. Volker's going to his back here. Yant's picking up back points, 49 seconds left. Now it's got a hard cross face cradle, and Volker's doing a nice job keeping his left shoulder up.
And Austin Yant, a defending state runner-up last year, last season he finished 43-9 in his junior year. So a really, really good wrestler.
And there's the foul right there, Jamie. 131. 131. That's going to salt it away for the Go-Hawks, 38-30. But I'm telling you what. Hey, you take one match at 220, Jamie. That could have been the difference in this duel to get the call. Brady Antone gets the call there on that fall, and that's a 12-point swing. Take 6 away and give 6. It's 36-32 in favor of West Delaware. So you said it before we started here. This team is young, grade-wise, but it's got some experience. And you said Coach Voss has liked how they're working, and it showed here tonight.
It really did. And that, coming in here against the 8th-ranked team in Class 3A, and you keep them a 38-30 dual meet. And it was a great dual meet between these two teams to start the season off. So we're going to take a break. We're going to add up some totals, and we'll come back, hopefully talk with West Delaware head coach Jeff Voss and get you on your way here on your Thursday night. We'll be back after this. West Delaware Wrestling from KMCH Sports.
Whether it's an orthopedic, sports, or occupational injury you are suffering from, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services has you covered. With a customized treatment program, Regional Medical Center Therapy Services can get you back on track in the active game of life. Regional Medical Center, excellence in healthcare, close to home.
At Telke Motors, we believe in a gentler, simpler way of doing business. Check out our large selection of new and pre-owned vehicles, as well as a great incentive at TelkeMotors.com. If you're looking for a new, pre-owned vehicle or service on your current vehicle, come to Telke Motors, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, and Ram on 9th Street in Dyersville.
Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory wishes all the best to the athletes and appreciates their hard work and scholastic efforts throughout the year. For personal, caring service, Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory in Manchester, Edgewood, and Strawberry Points.
For more than 80 years, GMB has lived its mission to help customers achieve their financial dreams. Supporting the communities where you live, work, and play is important to us because that's where we live too. It's where we provide great service, sound advice, and solutions to meet your financial needs. GMB Bank, member FDIC.
For all your general contracting needs, turn to the professionals at Lucky Building Service in Manchester. For commercial, remodeling, and building and new home construction, call the experts, Lucky Building Service in Manchester, 563-927-5677.
At Dupaco Community Credit Union, we know debt happens. A debt checkup from Dupaco ensures it's not costing you more than it should. With historic low interest rates, now is the time to bring your loans to Dupaco. Contact us at 563-927-6187 or visit dupaco.com.
When the unexpected happens, call Krager Body Shop in Dyersville. They specialize in major and minor collision repair and frame straightening. For all of your auto body work, see Krager Body Shop in Dyersville.
The Manchester Press is your community newspaper. Check out the sports section for game stats and photos of area players and game highlights. The Manchester Press, serving the area for over 130 years.
Great food and great fun with friends. That's what's waiting for you at Beaver's Lounge in Manchester. Check out their Thursday night bucket of wings special and Friday night fish special. Beaver's also has a different lunch special every Monday through Friday. Beaver's Lounge on the corner of Main and Madison in downtown Manchester. Leave it to Beaver's to show you a good time.
Newhouse Construction and Concrete is proud to support all our area athletes. Give Phil a call at 927-5178 for your commercial, ag, or residential projects, or visit newhouseconstruction.com. Newhouse Construction and Concrete turns design into reality.
In sports as well as banking, numbers mean everything. Athletes strive for excellence during competition. F&M strives to exceed clients' expectations. Whereas athletes and teams focus on the score, F&M focuses on the success of our valued clients, one relationship at a time. F&M Bank, the right choice. Member FDIC.
Going above and beyond is a standard of care at Above and Beyond Home Health and Hospice Care. Their compassionate staff care deeply about the comfort of their patients. A nurse is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Above and Beyond Healthcare, the more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Proudly serving Jones, Jackson, Johnson, Lynn, Clayton, and Delaware counties.
Back into the Seedorf Gymnasium as the West Delaware Hawks fall tonight 38-30 against Waverly Shellrock in this opening duel of the season for the Hawks. And a great dual meet it was, Roger. You know, coming in, you had the Hawks coming in after a 6-18 record last year, and the Go Hawks ranked number 8 in the state Class 3A, 26-5 last year, qualified for the state duels. A lot of guys coming back. And the Hawks really put up a good fight against the Go Hawks tonight, a 38-30 loss, and a lot closer than people probably thought coming into it.
Well, I was just going to say that. You know, you look at Waverly Shellrock's lineup, and you look at West Delaware's lineup, and you're thinking, Jamie, how can they even keep it close? You know, but I was very, very impressed with the fight of the West Delaware Hawks. I was very, very impressed with their conditioning at this point. I was very, very impressed with their ability to stay in the matches, and you know, they won some matches by sheer grit and determination. And when you have grit and determination, and you're a fighter, Jamie, that's going to take you a long way. And like you said, when this team gets themselves settled in the right positions, and you know, those older kids that have more experience, you know, bring those young kids along. It's going to be a very interesting dual team before the season's over.
Certainly will. We started this dual meet at 160 pounds. It was Zach Wagenhofer with an 18-3 tech fall over freshman from West Delaware, Jack Newhouse. At 170, it was Trevor Byram from Waverly Shellrock with a 1-minute, 21-second fall over Sam Johnson. That made it 11-0 in favor of the Go Hawks. At 182, Jordan Brees from West Delaware got the Hawks on the board with a fall in 341 over Gavin Wiedemeyer. Made it 11-6. And then Harrison Goebel put the Hawks up on top for the first time of the night as he had a 1-minute, 38-second fall over Braden Wolf to make it 12-11. 2:20, the Go Hawks answered as Jacob Eggleston with a 1-minute, 55-second fall over Brady Antones of West Delaware. That made it 17-12 in favor of the Go Hawks. At heavyweight, it was Caleb Zeeser with a 3-1 win over Andrew Snyder of Waverly Shellrock. That made it 17-15 Go Hawks. We turned over to the little guys. It was Evan Yant from Waverly Shellrock with an 18-0 tech fall over Luke Farmer. At 113, it was Zach Fisher, the freshman, getting his first career win as he defeated DeMore Hughes 9-7. That made it 22-18. Ryan Phillips cut the deficit to 1 as he had a 5-4 win over Dylan Albrecht. That made it 22-21. At 126, it was Bryson Hervel from Waverly Shellrock with a 10-2 major decision over Jordan Roush. That made it 26-21, and the Go Hawks would not look back from there as Ian Heisey with a 1-minute, 20-second fall over Brad Roush. It was Cole Engel with a 4-2 win over Dalton Reynolds, making the score 32-24. Mitchell Mangold with a fall in overtime over 10th-ranked Dalton Woodyard in 6 minutes and 39 seconds. Made it 32-30 in favor of the Go Hawks. And then it was Austin Yant with a 1-minute and 31-second fall over Tristan Volker from West Delaware, making the final score 38-30 in favor of the Go Hawks. The meet totals as the Go Hawks with 23 takedowns, Delaware with 7. There was 2 tech falls for the Go Hawks, 0 for the Hawks. 1 major decision for Waverly Shell Rock. In the fall department, it was Waverly Shell Rock with 4 falls, West Delaware with 3, and the 2 teams split the wins 7-7 on the night. So a good dual meet for the Hawks as they look to turn things around and get ready for the Bob Murphy Invitational on Saturday.
Oh, that's right, Jamie. And as a coach, you know, you circle your kids back up tomorrow, and you talk about the effort it takes to be in the match, the effort it takes to be in the meet, and this should be a huge confidence builder for the Hawks, knowing that there are a couple of moves, a couple of matches away from snatching that duel away. And you talk about waking some people up and opening some eyes to see West Delaware knock off Waverly Shell Rock. That would have opened some eyes around Northeast Iowa. The Hawks put forth great effort here tonight and doing a good job staying in the matches. And again, that's something else we talked about earlier. The difference in this match tonight was going to be falls and bonus points. You know, it split 7-7, but you look at the falls, Waverly Shell Rock picked up 1 extra fall, picked up 2 tech falls in a major, and that gave them that 8-point cushion that they needed. And again, Coach Voss going into the room and saying, hey, here's where we are, guys. You know, you turn a couple of those matches around, you get some bonus points where you need to get some bonus points, and hey, you're knocking off the number 8 ranked Class 3A team.
Absolutely. Well, we have some other scores to tell you about tonight in high school wrestling from around the area. Western Dubuque with 2 wins tonight down at South Tama. They defeat 8th ranked in Class 2A South Tama 58-21 and Benton Community 59-12. Cascade went 1-1 tonight as they lost to Comanche 42-31 and then defeated Bellevue 42-30. Monticello defeated North Cedar 48-36. North Lynn defeated top-ranked in Class 1A Alburnett 51-29. They then fell to second-ranked Lisbon 45-35. Edco lost 2 duels tonight as they lost 48-30 against Postville and 51-30 against Owine. As Starmont, only duel we have for them, I think MFL is the only team using track wrestling tonight, so all we have is that MFL duel. We'll try to get a score from that tomorrow for you for on the sports tomorrow on KMCH, but they lost to MFL Marmac 73-6. And in the at Central City tonight, East Buchanan and Maquoketa Valley both there. East Buchanan defeated Central City 54-6. They defeated Midland 39-33. Maquoketa Valley defeated East Buchanan 51-24. The Wildcats also beat Central City 57-6 and defeated Midland 45-29. And Anamosa tonight in 2 duels lost to Center Point Urbana 51-25 and lost to Clear Creek Amana 57-24. We'll take a quick break, come back with West Delaware head coach Jeff Voss right after this from KMCH Sports.
At Georgian Auto in Manchester, their approach to auto repairs is simple. Fix it right and get you back on the road. From tires to transmissions, they fix it all. Georgian Auto in Manchester, where complete automotive service and repair is their complete focus.
You may not wear glasses or contacts, but how do you know if you're seeing your best or if your eyes are healthy? Why not be proactive and get your eyes examined? Dr. Daniel E. Mersch and his professional staff at Manchester Family Vision can help. Call 563-927-3682 to schedule an appointment. Manchester Family Vision Center wishes all the local sports teams best of luck this season. Manchester Family Vision Center on West Main, where clear vision begins with healthy eyes.
Why make 10 calls when you can make 1 call to Steve Morman Insurance in Manchester and get the best quote from 10 different companies on your auto, home, and farm insurance? You can depend on Steve Morman Insurance for fast, friendly service and quality coverage. Call Kathy or Rachel at your agency of choice in Manchester today, 927-2263.
Bob Stephen Motors in Manchester proudly supports all area athletes. Bob Stephen Motors is your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester. Visit them on the web at bobstephenmotors.com.
Back into the Seedorf Gymnasium, the Hawks fall tonight 38-30 against 8th-ranked Waverly Shell Rock. And joining us now is West Delaware head wrestling coach Jeff Voss. And Coach Voss, first time out on the season, and you know, coming in, you knew you were going to wrestle a very good Waverly Shell Rock team. But I tell you what, your kids came out and wrestled very well. You talk about bonus points deciding a dual meet. You split the matches 7-7. It was those two tech falls in the major decision and an extra fall for Waverly Shellrock that got them the win. But you got to be very happy with the effort the kids gave on their first night.
Yeah, I tell you what, I've been really, really impressed with this team's grit that they're showing. Luke Farmer, he didn't give up the pin. That's one team point, and because he kept fighting, and I guess my message to the guys was, if you keep this attitude and this fight up for the next 3 months and improve the technical things, I think we're going to have a solid group that is going to go out there and battle against anybody, and I was real happy with their effort tonight.
Well, Roger and I were talking early on in that dual meet. Someone needs to tell these kids it's just the first meet out. They don't have to make it so stressful on you coaches. But what a great win. You talked about Luke Farmer and the freshman there, but Zach Fisher at 113, that's a big win for a freshman coming in his first varsity match under the mat lamps here at the Seedorf Gymnasium. He gets a 9-7 win, and it's stuff like that. Your freshman in the lineup tonight really kind of got fed to the wolves tonight. You had Jack Newhouse against a very good Zach Wagenhofer, and then Luke Farmer there at 106. Taking on a very good freshman in Evan Yant, and then Zach Fisher getting in there as a freshman. Those kids are going to be fun to watch as they progress. As they like you said, they showed that grit tonight.
Yeah, that's what I told Luke. I said, you keep that attitude and keep growing and improving your technique. Where are you going to be in 3 years? The attitude is all the kids has been really good, and I think that's probably going to be the key to us moving forward, because we're going to see a lot of good competition, as you know, and you're gonna run into buzzsaws like that, and to be young and experienced in this, it's only going to help them grow in the future. So I was, even on the JV, I thought our kids they just wrestled hard tonight, whether they won or lost, and that's all you can ask for.
A couple of the featured matches here tonight, you talk about 120 pounds, where last season Ryan Phillips came in ranked and got beat by Dylan Albrecht. Tonight, the opposite, and a great turnaround match as Ryan Phillips wins a very gutsy there.
Yeah, and I think the thing that, that you can really take away from it, when Ryan needed a takedown, he got it. And I think that's a huge step for him from where he was at. And, the next step is, can you get another one to increase that lead to 5? And I'm real confident that he's going to do that. And, I was looking forward to that 120 and 145 pound match, because I know they weren't too happy about how it finished last year, and they lived up to the billing. I mean, they're wrestling great wrestlers from Waverly, and they were excellent matches.
And Mitchell at 145 going up against returning state qualifier in Dalton Woodyard, and you knew going in that was going to be a great match, and why not first time out? We're going to go into overtime in that match, and Mitchell, you could kind of see him loading it up, and this place erupted to the point the scoreboards even quit on us tonight. But I tell you what, that was a great win by Mitchell, getting the fall and getting you guys and giving you a chance to maybe pull the upset in that last match.
Yeah, and I think it's it's a great lesson for the kids, where okay, the score's tied, and you can still get a pin, and you get 3 more team points, or in some cases 9 more team points. So that was a fun match too. He had to dig down a little bit, and throws aren't necessarily the first thing we go to, but he knew the pressure was there, and I've seen him launch a few guys in the room, so I knew he had confidence in it.
I tell you what, Saturday you've got 8 teams coming in here for the Bob Murphy Invitational, and who am I missing? Missing one. 10 total, right?
Yeah, we have 10 teams. We've got who are we looking at here?
Must be missing one.
Dyke New Hartford. No, they're there. Red Oak, Muscatine.
We'll figure it out Saturday, but very good teams coming in. And Davenport Assumption, a very much improved Benton community team in the tournament as well. And that's another DeWitt Central. There you go. Another great tournament, and it should be a great tournament that you've got here on Saturday, with the JV starting in the morning, and then of course the varsity tournament as well.
Yeah, and I tell you what, I'm really excited about. We picked up a couple new teams with Grinnell and Dyke New Hartford, and those teams are going to bring full lineups, and we're going to have a lot of 8-10 man brackets, so the kids are going to get to do a lot of wrestling, and that's, especially our young guys, that's what they need, and our good guys are going to face some really good competition as well. So, it's taken us a few years to get Bob Murphy back to where it was, and I think we're on the right track. And we're gonna put 5 mats in here in the morning for JV, and we'll be wrestling by 11 o'clock.
Well, Coach, appreciate you joining us here tonight, and the wrestling season's finally here. They can wrestle someone other than each other in the room, and we're glad it's here, and thanks for joining us. Best of luck on Saturday.
Well, it's great to be back up here. I kind of missed you guys, You got that nice tan going, Jamie, and I'll tell you what, if the listeners could just see the glow you have, it is absolutely
that's better
beautiful.
than what Mike Morrison said I'd come back. He thought I'd come back looking like John Candy and with the sunburn, but we did it, and we're glad that wrestling season's definitely glad it's here.
Well, we're pretty fortunate to have you and Roger up here promoting our sport, and I think this team is going to put together some stuff that will be okay down here in the future. So
if you're going to set up a dual meet, get these guys away from us. These Waverly guys,
they're Waverly guys. I
They're
kind of
trouble.
grew up with some of them, so it's good to see them. I tried to get on the radio and say hi to my mom and dad, but they took the mic away from me. So.
All right, Coach Voss, thank you, and we'll talk to him on Saturday, of course. And as Roger's getting hired for his job on Saturday, that was pretty tough, wasn't it? The confirmation of you running the seating meeting on Saturday, always the first job of your day for the Bob Murphy Invitational.
Yeah, that will be very, very interesting because you got people from all over the state of Iowa coming, and it's very tough to seat a meeting, to run a seating meeting when you don't have a lot of common opponents, and you got people coming from all over the place, and some teams haven't been here before, so there's no head-to-head criteria, but you just got to go on records and common opponents and just do the best job getting kids positioned in the best possible places for them, and giving each kid a fair chance to compete in a tough bracket. And there will be some tough brackets here on Saturday. And Jamie, we always talk about that, how many kids from the West Delaware Bob Murphy tournament end up at the state tournament, and each year it's an unbelievable amount, and it'll be no different this year.
Absolutely. Well, some more scores to pass along. I know that I was check one more time on the Maquoketa Valley score. They didn't have it listed as official quite yet, so we're going to try to check on that score here real quick. Make sure that score I gave you with Maquoketa Valley and Midland was a final. We're going to say it was, as they've been on that for a while. 45-29, Maquoketa Valley defeats Midland tonight. 2 other scores: Starmont defeats DeSoto, Wisconsin, 30-18 tonight, and then fell to North Crawford, 42-30, the final score in that one. So the Stars go 1-2 on the night. So some great action tonight. We'll have a full look at the scores tomorrow morning on the sports on KMCH during the sportscast throughout the day. So tune into that tomorrow morning right away with Mike Johnson and throughout the day on KMCH. Coming up for you tomorrow, we've got West Delaware girls basketball at Clear Creek Amana at around 7:30 with John Swisher and Dan Cassett. They'll bring you West Delaware girls basketball. And then Saturday morning, the first Winter Sports Area Coaches Corner at 9 a.m. with John Swisher. And I will talk with West Delaware head coach Jeff Voss. And then, of course, our coverage of the West Delaware Wrestling Bob Murphy Invitational at about 11 a.m. is when we'll start our coverage. 10 teams in that tournament. Of course, the host West Delaware Hawks, Benton Community, Davenport Assumption, Decorah, Dike New Hartford, Fairfield, Grinnell, Muscatine, Red Oak, and DeWitt. Should be a great action. Roger, definitely glad to be on the air with you again as we start our 3 or 4 month journey. I guess it's only going to be 3 months this year as we're starting December 1 here. So our 3 month journey together here throughout the season that is the high school wrestling season.
Hey, what a great way to start 2016-2017 with this duel in front of us with two storied programs, a lot of great wrestlers, a lot of great action. We got great fans here, and the fans were treated to a very good performance, Jamie. And if you weren't here, hopefully you caught a little bit of that through our excitement as a hold by hold coverage people here. And if the rest of the season goes like tonight, boys, strap it on and hang on to your hats because it's going to be a great season.
Absolutely. Well, we want to thank Paul Glaza back at the studios at KMCH running the support for us this evening. I want to thank the KMCH Sports Boosters for their great support of high school wrestling here on KMCH, and most of all, thank you, the listeners. For Roger Reed, I'm Jamie Vasky saying good night from the Seedorf Gymnasium in Manchester, Iowa. Once again, the final, the Waverly Shell Rock Go Hawks 38, the West Delaware Hawks 30. You've been listening to West Delaware Wrestling on Eastern Iowa Sports Station, Mix 94.7 KMCH. Good night, everybody.
The KCRG TV9 First Alert forecast. Cloudy skies are with us tonight with lows around 30. For tomorrow, mainly cloudy skies continue with highs around 37. For tomorrow night, mostly cloudy skies, mid-20s. Saturday, more of the same, mostly cloudy skies and highs in the mid-30s. On Sunday, some snow showers are likely, may mix with a bit of rain before ending, however. Highs in the upper 30s, near 40 as we head toward Monday. I'm TV9 First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Justin Gertz on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
I do like to hear upbeat songs. I'll start dancing in my chair.
I love that.
It gets me pumped up. Mix 94.7 K.